Hello and welcome back to our D&D session. These guys had a bit of a tumultuous, I think that's where it is, session last week, with one of their party members sadly being turned to stone. Mousank decided he was going to try and play a trick on, what's the queen's name? Can anyone tell me?
Queen of the Stone Garden or some shit like that.
No, her name, her actual name.
Exanus.
Sorry?
Exanus.
Hey, good lad, he's
Exanus.
actually taking notes.
Yeah.
For any aspiring D&D party out there, take fucking notes. You're gonna need it.
You do.
Queen Visanus, the Medusa, sent the rest of these guys off on a mission to go to collect some notes from a woman. Okay, my fucking my Epic Game Launcher just fucking kicked in. It just gave me a shitload of notifications. That's on recorded now. Anyway, yeah, Visanus sent this Mousank, Tempetu, and Avalana off to a abandoned temple ruins in order to find the late sorceress's notes. They arrived. Mousank kept getting frozen by the door handles every time he tried to open one. Avalana found a rod of summoned spiders. Excuse me. A soul ingot, which is essentially a larger denomination of soul coins. If any of you guys are familiar with the Nine Hells stuff. And Impetu found Carver, a bracer from the fourth circle of hell, imbued with its own consciousness. Impetu decided to pick it up and put it on his arm. He activated it for the first time. He felt an overwhelming sense of power coming from this bracer. His entire arm. With armor, it does not provide an armor boost. And when he picked up his trident, the trident got the same treatment. All with this armor plating. But the top of the trident, instead of being like squarish in nature, took on more of a curved pitchfork kind of motif to it. You guys have just found Mousank, you found the key in the old sorceress's robes to a locked door. You entered the door. A lovely furnished room. Note the torches are not lit. It's a finely furnished room. And there is a drow woman sleeping in the bed. You've woken her up, and the second she saw Mousank, demon! And that's where we're going to pick it up for today. What would you guys like to do? Mousank, she's just pointed to you, shouted demon, and is currently like shuffling towards the wall, still on the bed. What would you guys like to do?
Just to interject quickly, it should seem, and again, you know, out of game conversation quickly, matter talk. Sorry, audience. My PDF appears to have not saved from last time. I was changing the save location. I don't know whether it just corrupted or something like that. But
You don't have it, right?
Yeah, basically, in essence. So I may need to get the actual sheet off of you to do the Carver and the stats at some point. Yeah.
Give me just a moment. I'll go grab the notebook.
If you wouldn't mind just sending me a quick picture at some point. A lot of my notes from last time got.
I'll tell you the information you need to know right now.
Right. Okay. Sweet.
Because there is some extra information with Carver that you don't have yet.
Okay.
Or might not never get. You never know. You don't know yet.
But yeah, just I'm gonna say there is a now an entire blank section. I've wrote in as much as I could remember. I'm pretty sure it's stuff to do with Carver mainly. I'm missing EP stats and such.
There we go. Right, Carver, where are you? Right. Every time you activate Carver, your maximum health points go down by 5.
Yeah.
When you deactivate Carver, you don't get you get the max 5 hit points back, but they are not healed. He does slashing damage, 4d8 plus 2, and and 2d4 fire damage.
Okay.
That's all I'm allowed to say right now.
That's good, man. That is awesome. Right, I'm going to just quickly try and just save that and just upload that. I mean, obviously
Cool.
we'll keep going and stuff, but just in the background.
Yeah. Right. What would you guys like to do? Wade, you are currently, from your perspective, you are in the astral plane, just wandering around the fields. You are not fully. You know what happened, and you know what happened. You felt your body turn to stone,
Yeah.
and now you are here in the astral plane.
I've got to admit, it's quite nice here. I think I'm going to play a song.
You still have all. You look down at your hands. You're ghostly. You can see through your hands. They're very opaque. You start playing a jaunty tune.
I'm going to play the Song of Malsanct and beckon him to me.
Malsanct, you don't hear anything.
I cry.
Later, I do get a connection to the astral plane, but that's a few spells later.
That's later on. Not right now.
Yeah. All right. As a reaction to the woman pointing at me, I would like to hold my hands up and say, "I'm not quite a demon. I am an autonomous humanoid figure with free will and intelligence. I don't associate with him."
She looks terrified and is just like backing up into the corner as far as she can go.
Okay, I'll walk backwards away from her. If that's what she wants, I'm off.
She's. You still there, Callum?
Yeah, still here.
Okay. I thought you might DC then. She just looks terrified of you.
Well, I don't know how to ease you, but I guess keep talking in common speak. Does it help?
I understand common, yes.
Okay, I am not a demon. May that be known. I just look like one, which is a terrible burden I have to carry.
How did you get like this? Were you cursed?
Well, not me, but my forefathers were, and it's quite a potent curse. Lasted for quite some generations.
You would know that it's not a curse. It's a
Pact,
your ancestors made pacts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was somewhat voluntarily.
Way back in the day, before you were
Yeah.
even born. Yeah.
Generations ago. Not my choice.
So it's passed down to you, genetic traits.
Well, I don't know the intricacies of that, but at least, yeah, well, I guess it is. It is passed down. Generation upon generation.
You're not tied to any specific demon from the Nine Hells, then?
Nope. I have free will and reign of my own.
As long as you're a good person, I guess. She just, like... It's not that she can't look at you, it's just that she's very nervous to look at you.
Makes sense.
Right, what is everyone else doing?
I'm going to. Which one of it? Was it me who picked up the box last time? The one from underneath the bed.
The lockbox, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was me who grabbed the
I
lockbox
think
last
it was,
time. I'd
yeah.
like to.
The
I'd like to
event that
inspect
woke her
that.
up was us, like...
Well, no,
rigging the lock.
someone was trying to break it open. I remember that.
Yeah, someone was
they're trying to
messing with the
force it
lock and it woke her up.
Right, and that may have been Savage then. So I think Savage is in possession of it.
Yeah,
Avalana, I mean, of course.
Yeah, Avalana. I think it was you that had the box, and you were trying to break the lock.
Oh, I was?
Yeah, because you were gonna
Yeah,
try.
I was
Yeah,
trying
because
to
if I
Trying to
remember,
force it open.
yeah, it was either you were. No, that was the door you were trying to Eldritch Blast. I think you were just gonna try and whack it with something, and then we ended.
Oh, she woke
Yeah,
up. Whoa!
sorry, I think I said I wanted to try and pry the lock off or something.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Give me. How are you gonna try and break this off? The lock
Well,
off.
I've got like a short sword in my inventory, so can't try and use the iron short sword to sort of, you know, try and get like a good angle where it can sort of break the lock.
So you're going to try and like slash it with the sword, or you're going to try and like butt it like with the butt end, like try and break the lock, or what?
Or use leverage, I would assume.
Yeah, that's
Stick it
what I
through
was
it and
thinking.
push it, yeah.
Lever.
Okay, how are you going to do this? There is a nightstand. There is a desk.
Basically, use the tip of the sword to get in where the little hoop is, where the lock is. I would assume it's one of those locks. You know,
Yeah. Your classic padlock.
Yeah. The tip of the sword. Yeah. I get the tip of the sword, sort of jam it in that hoop, and then use the leverage to sort of try and suspend it.
In the top section of the lock, yeah. In this bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can try wedge sword and then sort of like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a strength check then.
Give me a second.
It's an old lock,
Strength
so
check.
it's quite an old lock. So I would say be a 15.
Oh, I got 16.
Oh, you lucky shit. Okay. You place the sword, as you said, like in between the two parts of the hoop, and just one almighty, and it shears the pieces of the lock in twine. The lock, the main body of the lock, the actual locking mechanism, falls to the ground. Ding, 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 ding. And the hoop is on the hoop of the lid in the main section of the box. I'm assuming you thread that through and take it off.
Yeah. I open it and all that lot.
Okay. Inside.
Usually do with it.
Okay. Inside is a small rod. It's only about half a foot long. It's pointed at one end and flat, like it's been cut at the other end. It looks like a silvery sort of material with a slight blue light about it.
Intelligence check.
You want to intelligence check it? Go
Would
for it.
it be intelligence or would it be history because you need to find out like what it is or like what is that insight or what are we talking about?
Well, it looked like to you guys. It looks like possibly one half of an arrow.
Okay,
I'm going to say
intelligence
that.
Probably.
Yeah, intelligence. Go for it.
Okay. 14 plus 1, 15.
15. This is one half of a magical item.
Oh. How intriguing.
Divulge that to the group, obviously.
Okay.
Interesting.
Guess that.
Does the woman react to us breaking open the lockbox? That was on the
Nope.
bed?
She's too busy scared, being afraid of you.
Okay.
She notices. You definitely see her eyes dart to the box, then back up at you.
I sort of turn around to the woman and go, may I ask what grog is?
I've got no idea.
Could I use an insight check to see whether she's being truthful or that?
Yes.
Sweet. Sorry, I just need to quickly check my insight just because I'm pretty sure I got a +6 modifier in that, but that seems very OP, so I want to be 100% certain.
It's possible if you have proficiency in it, then yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I'm proficient, but yeah, +6. Boom. Crazy stuff.
Damn.
Alright, there we go. So 14. Wow, that was a low roll. 14 in total, sorry, plus modifier, so that's 14 overall.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. Does she know anything? She doesn't know anything about it at all.
Not that you can. If she is holding information back, you don't know.
Then what do you know about the one that
from her body language and the way she said it, you can tell that she is more focused on keeping an eye on mouse ants than anything else.
Then that's sort of like obvious to us.
Oh yes, She's very, she if Malsank's move, if Malsank's like walks,
Malsank holds
walks
his
anywhere,
hands up the entire time.
yeah, you're holding your hands up the entire time, but every time you move, she kind of like does a slight little, not a massive flinch, but like just that slight little.
I'm going to nudge Malsank and kind of like, hey, come over here, and touch them over by the door, in whispering range, sort of thing.
Okay.
All right, I back up with Impetu. I'm sure she's following me when I do that.
Okay.
Hey, dude. Maybe you might want to do some sort of you might want to try some sort of persuasion, you know, to kind of let her know. You know, she seems quite worried.
Okay, I'll allow it, but that's a little bit metagamey, but I'll allow it.
I mean, I wouldn't have said. I mean, to a degree, if you think about it,
if you had worded it like, just try and persuade her you're friendly, dude. Like, try and persuade her. Don't say something like.
Almost what I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't use your persuasion skill. It's like.
I didn't say skill at all. I said maybe.
No, I know, but that's what you're getting at. But just try and. I'm just trying to help. Bloody hell! I'm just trying to say like, okay, this is like a better way you could have said it, then it would have fit in the world, sort of thing.
I get you, but
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying like this would have been a better version. But yeah.
Okay, but I just trying to say, like, from my point of view, I wasn't trying to meta things. I meant do a persuasion.
I know you don't. I'm
It's
just saying, it's better wording for you.
Okay.
So sure. I know you don't try and metagame. I'm just saying like this is a little bit better way you could do it.
God no, fuck metagaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, I look with my hands up back to him, like, I know, but I don't want to take advantage of someone who is so terrified.
I would.
I wouldn't have said
yeah, we know you
advantage.
would.
I'm just on about trying to. I would about trying to talk to her in a way where you might be able to convince her that you're not that bad.
I tried.
Do you want?
But maybe you should go wait in the hallway.
Of course, it's
keep Ave here. Keep Ave here, and she can tell you what's going on.
Okay, Callum. When you say Ave, when you say keep Ave here, you hear in your head, what is this Ave?
Oh Christ, you again.
I am always here.
In case you hadn't noticed, we happen to have a member of our party who's not of the bipedal state.
I did sense some energy. No, it doesn't say that. So I don't sense anything here.
One of our party members happens to be in good fortune of having the company of I'm drawing a blank here.
Pseudo dragon.
Pseudo, that's it.
Pseudo
Dude, complete mind blank there.
No,
we have to have a pseudo dragon amidst our company.
What is this creature?
You have no form of communicating with it?
I don't. Him. And I don't even sense this creature you speak of.
I'm going to relay that information to Malsank. Malsank, I'm still slightly untrusting of this whole situation. In case it should come to be of strategic knowledge, Carver can't sense Ave's presence, or any creature deemed lesser than, I guess, us.
Okay.
I'm still not fully trusting of Carver, but if you should come to a situation where you may have to get an edge or some sort of tactical advantage on me, just know that, you know, Ave might be the best option.
Good to know. Anyway, I'm
Okay.
not leaving. I'm not leaving this room. I'll ask her some questions.
Is Ave still in your backpack, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not getting any closer, of course, because that would.
No, you've backed up to the door, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like all the way back. Yeah.
She seems a little bit more at ease that you're further away.
All right, I ask her, do you know where you are?
I'm in my mother's temple. She was doing research on the. And she's kind of half gestures towards Malsank, towards demon control.
Right.
Right,
What can you tell us about Carver? And then I display the thing on my wrist. Well, like forearm.
She seems way more scared of that than she ever did of Mouse Act. No, keep that thing away from me.
Oh, fuck.
Callum.
I will if you tell me more.
Callum. Impetu.
See.
You hear in your mind, a lesser demon.
Uh-oh.
I have not seen one of you in years.
I feel like I'm missing out on the loop here, so somebody inform me.
When you pointed Carver at the drow woman, he then said that.
Yeah, I mean, I say that to the drow woman / Carver. You know, tell me of the sort of like situations. What do you mean?
Who are you asking?
Oh, both Carver and the drow woman.
That thing is evil. It's from the Nine Hells. It's a demon in artifact form. Yes, and you're a succubus, you little shit. You little bitch.
Wait, she's succubus? Oh my god, it must be my lucky day.
You know what? I'm gonna go way out in the corridor. But I'll way out in the corridor, out of sight.
You must slay her. She is a fiend. Kill her.
No,
Kill her. Kill. And like just Impetu. In your head, that's all you hear. All you hear is just kill her. Kill this demonic thing.
Okay, why?
She's a demon.
And you're from the plains of hell.
I might be from it, but I was created to kill demons. To send them back to the pits of which they came.
Does she bear any form of ill will?
She's a succubus. She's only out for herself and her master.
I can be a master any day.
I've just met you both. I have as much reason to trust you as I do her right now.
We are bonded. We are, how I think you mortals pronounce it, arms and brothers.
GG.
He's been stuck in a box for 2,000 years. He doesn't know your surface world.
Yeah, Still, I'm gonna need more than that.
One of you must have the spell Dispel Magic. Use it on her.
I can do that.
I'll quickly nudge Avalana and Mausan and say, guys, come on, over here, and try and go out of her shots with it. Like, whispers and huddle around. Either of you guys have Dispel Magic?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Carver's telling me to use it, so do you mind dispelling the magic on her?
I don't know. Will bazongas get bigger?
I don't know, man. I've no idea.
Well, oh well. There's only one way to find out. By pointing to spell magic.
Do you have to? No, you don't have to roll for it, do you? You just have to be her wisdom save DC. All my books are in the other fucking room. God damn it! Give me a sec.
I think you only have to roll if the spell you're dispelling is higher than the level of spell slot you're using.
It's a level of 3.
Jordan, I don't think there has to be a roll at all unless the spell he is dispelling is lower of level 3rd level spell slot, which is one he's using.
Yes, I know, but the succubus might have something else. If it is indeed a succubus, fuck. Right, where's demons at?
D&D, like the ones we all know from like pretty much every other pop culture.
Kinda, but sometimes they have they might have something different.
Thanks, your face keeps on phasing in and out.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think my hair's in the way.
He's phasing in.
S.
Okay.
285.
Oh, he's on the drink again.
When isn't he?
Drinking throws away. Alone.
Alone with you.
Dark ocean and his weird drinking
All alone,
ocean
me,
wine
myself, and four
known
other
as
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All alone.
all by myself. But you were 4 people.
I'd say that we should worry about copyright if it wasn't so badly out of tune.
You mean you can hardly distinguish it from the original? I think that's really a worry.
Okay, right.
Dispel
magic.
Well,
Dispel magic. Roll me a d20.
okay.
You need to beat a 15.
Really?
I've got 15.
You rolled a 15.
Yeah.
You fucking hell. Okay.
Sure you.
Wade, remind me if it matches.
No.
Okay, no, that's fair. Wade, remind me if it matches. Do they have to roll again or not?
It's whoever has the highest in the stat.
Oh, modifier.
It's a spell save
It's
though.
DC. Yeah, it's DC based.
DC, then I think the player wins.
Then the player wins. Okay. As you do this, Will, sorry. You cast the spell, Dispel Magic, and in this young drow visage slowly starts to melt away, leaving behind crimson red wings. Red wings, very scantily clad, purple-skinned demonic woman, very voluptuous, very beautiful, very much intended to seduce men.
My jaw goes from it being on its chin and all the way down to the ground.
I draw my trident.
You drew
Also,
it.
makes a quippy remark saying, "Oh, we look more alike than you think."
She looks pissed off now.
Yeah, I draw my trident,
You-
definitely.
Fucking mortals. Fucking
Hey. I'm more than willing to do anything.
fucking little bracer, I will fucking destroy you.
I'm already bracer.
Carver just says out loud, he's not really pointing it at anyone, he's just, he's pointing it at, he's talking to her, but everyone hears it. Yes, and I was designed to destroy your kind. Avalon, this is the first time you've heard Carver, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, it is a deep, almost demonic voice. It is very deep, very demonic, very... It sounds like if he was a human, very old and wise, but vengeful at the same time.
Can we keep her?
No, you must kill her!
Nah, I think we should keep her.
Destroy her, rend her flesh from her bones,
Nah,
and send her back to the nine hells.
I'm saying we should keep her.
Trident pointed towards her throat. I ask her, "Why did you lie to us beforehand? Why hide your shape and your form?"
I've been trapped here for 2,000 fucking years, and I cannot leave this goddamn room, even if I tried.
It's actually pretty depressing.
If you were to leave, where do you want to go?
Preferably back to the nine hells.
Well,
Do you? Oh yeah. By the way, do you guys want to hear what's in the what else is in the box, or did you guys abandon the box when this all happened?
no, let's see what else is in the box.
Right.
I mean, let's resolve the tension first.
I'm going to quickly describe. I'm going to quickly tell you what was in the box because I didn't finish from earlier. Yeah, you found the hat. You found half the rod, which looks like the front half of an arrow. Excuse me. Silvery, sort of silvery with a slight bluish glow to it. You also find a scroll inside. You haven't looked at it just yet, so you don't know what that is. You also find 3 gems, quite large, larger than the size of your fist. Okay, that's what you guys have found in the thing. Now back to the present.
Back to the situation.
Right.
Back to the situation.
Anyway, I say we should keep her.
Well, you
She
can
can't
go
leave
fuck
this
yourself.
room.
None of you control me.
Yeah.
She just smiles. At the end of that, she just smiles. Like, none of you control me.
No, we might
put you
not,
to the
but you're
test on
escalating
that
a
one.
situation here.
Stop talking over each other. Will, what do you say?
Oh fuck, I've forgotten now.
Well, that's great. Last time, what was it?
You can fucking try with that one. There we go.
What did you say?
I said you can fucking try with that one.
Right, Malzang, what are you going to say?
Let's say we might not control you, but you are escalating a situation here.
Well, I'm not going to kill you. You seem to be the only way out of this fucking place.
Right.
I cannot even leave this room.
Why would we want to help you?
You help me, I help you.
How so?
With that, Callum.
Mm.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh Jesus! I don't like that. I don't know why I sat there and thought that might be something potentially even good for a second. You know? That's alright. Could be worse. Okay, fine. There we go. Good shout.
Don't give me ideas.
Ah, I got. Well, that's you can't really see. That's 3 plus 4, so 7. I mean,
you think it's a great idea. Help her, and she'll help you. Win-win.
I see a win-win.
That's Callum. That's Callum.
Yeah, I'm gonna relay that. I mean, personally, guys, I think it's a great idea. I can't see why we wouldn't release some sort of demonic person from the room that they've been confined in by somebody. You know, they've been trapped here by somebody. Fuck knows if it's for a reason, but I think we should release her. Let's do it.
Yeah, you think she served her time?
Yeah.
2,000 years seems to be enough time for me, love.
Exactly.
How about you ask Carver how 2,000 years feels? See if he agrees with this sentiment.
Okay.
Fucking horrendous. I think that's me and this she-bitch could only agree on.
Oh.
That's the only thing that those two could agree on. That meant. My brain's fried, right?
Malsanct, Avalana, what do you say? Do we try and release her?
I am 100% in.
I am still questioning Carver's hostility towards her because all of us in the room now have a link to the 9 hells.
I mean, not me, man. I don't.
No,
you
know what it wields Carver.
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna say Carver does. I don't. Empatu himself doesn't bother.
Empatu by himself doesn't, but with Carver, he kind of has the slight link.
I guess
but it doesn't make him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay. So are you going to help me out here or not?
How?
Fuck yeah!
Find the witch's book. There might be some information in there. Find her notes. There might
witch.
Be. She peeks down between you guys, peeks down the corridor. Well, I can see her old robes there. They look much better now they've been torn apart. So her corpse must be nearby.
Oh. And with that, I remember the skeleton that we blew to pieces last time.
Yes.
Skeleton.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go out of this room and let's have a little discussion about that on our way to go and find the skeleton. Then I say, boys, and Avalana.
Take the lockbox with you, Avalana.
Yeah, why not?
A good point, Avalana. What else is in that lockbox?
I also, there was a scroll and like this weird rod thing. I'm gonna look at the scroll to see what it is. You know, I just pick it up.
Good shout.
You know, it could be the thing we're looking for.
'Tis a scroll of greater restoration.
Right, guys. I'm going to use it on myself.
It would do nothing.
That's the idea. Alright, well, we found the scroll, so I sort of shove it in my back.
Okay. What about the 3 larger than fist-sized gems?
I'll take one and give the other 2 to the other 2.
Okay.
Thanks, Beth. What colour is mine, by the way?
what colour is mine?
You know, just for thematics, I'm just gonna say, Callum, yours is blue, Malsunk, yours is red, and Avalana, yours is white.
Ha!
Nice.
Like it.
Just for thematics, why not?
I love it. Why not?
It's my world, I can do whatever I want. People in the comments. Oh, it doesn't match continuity. Fuck it, it's my world. Sorry.
Since you can do whatever you want, can you add Thanos and like get him to
No.
snap us or? Oh, okay. You know.
Subtleties, Will. It's all about subtleties.
Oh, sorry.
If I can subtly add a character like that later on who's a bad guy, then yeah, maybe.
Call him
Davis.
Macknos.
No.
There you go.
Fuck off. Thickos.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that's his name. Fuck off.
I tell Wall that every day. Anyway, let's continue. So you guys are what? All 3 of you going down the corridor?
Yeah.
If you are in that one room she's locked in.
Well, I was going to say, now that we've found the scroll sort of thing, although I think there's an absolutely 100% legit idea to release a demon from the place that they've been imprisoned.
As far as you know, she just wants to go back to the 9 Hells. She doesn't want to be on this plane of reality anymore.
Yeah,
She's
although I
sick
think
of
that's a A1 idea, definitely. I still think maybe we should go and look into reviving our party member, and maybe we can talk to the Queen of the Stone Garden and find out whether she knows anything about this succubi as well.
Well, we've learned a lot about like demon control in this temple. Like that seems to be the place to focus on. Some questions could be asked about what that's about. I think we should head back, indeed.
Well, weren't we supposed to go and loot a skeleton?
Yeah, but we can do that afterwards. We can come back here if that's a primary thing. But I think now that we have the ability to get our other party member back-
I'm gonna say, you guys are not allowed to leave. Something I was supposed to say last session, and I completely fucking forgot about it. If you leave without the notes, the Durgar are under strict instructions to kill you.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, I should have added that last time, but we were having so much fun, I forgot.
Minor detail.
Then I guess we should go and loot the corpse and find the notes.
Yes, I don't know. I was going to say something really wrong, but never mind.
Oh god.
Yeah, let's fully loot that corpse this time. Found a key before. Maybe there's more hidden in
No,
there.
wait, what?
Okay, so you guys are gonna go out of the room and towards the corpse, yeah?
Yep.
As soon as you all leave the room, the succubus, still in her sexy demonic form, comes up to the door, and as if she was touching glass, pots her hands like where the door would be shut, and like small bits of like glowing magic appear around her hands as she touches it, and you all notice the 4 runes not on the door frame but just below and above the door frame glow red every time she touches it.
Oh shit. That was what that was about last time. It was like a ceiling rune. Fuck. Dude, my brain.
Wasn't meant to keep something out. It was meant to keep something in.
That's good.
By the way, when we were in the room, did we notice any other exits except for that one?
It is a closed stone room.
Okay.
Alright, let's frolic inside. Hold hands and skip inside the room.
Do you actually try and do that?
Yeah.
What's the notes, by the way?
You grab one of Mouse's hands. You grab one of Impetu's hands. In fact, which side are you on, Callum and Impetu, of the corridor?
Callum and Impetu. I mean,
Callum and Malsangs. There.
Also,
I've
depends on
had a
Callum
long
and stuff,
day, alright?
true.
Callum and Stefan, I meant to say.
I'll go to the right. Let's miss the right side.
You're on the right
Sure,
side?
I'll leave me to the left side. Left!
And you're on the left.
Yeah, boy.
Yep. Avalana, you grab Malsank's left hand, and you grab Malsank's right hand and Impetu's left hand.
Yes.
Christ almighty, my brain. And do you try and start skipping?
Yeah,
Do you two skip with?
I pull her back when she moves forward.
Fuck yourself.
Callum?
I'm just gonna slink my arm out of the link sort of thing. Just just pull my hand back and just.
You got
No.
pussies.
Okie dokie.
People
Malsangs,
like that.
I'm assuming you're the one going straight to the clothing or the skeleton?
Since when did they separate?
I do distinctly remember describing as the skeleton stood up, the rotten clothes just sort of decomposed and like fell away from the skeleton.
I go to the skeleton, looking at the path it took when the robes fell off, like into the skeleton. That's my target.
You're the skeleton is your target. Okay, you go over and inspect the skeleton. It's mostly bone meal from Impetu. You look back at the clothes. They're just a bunched up rotten pile of clothes as far as you can notice right away. Also, your face keeps freaking out.
Yeah, it does that. I don't know, maybe the lighting of my hair.
No,
Well, then seeing as the skeleton seems to be just a skeleton, let's ransack the clothes. Toss it around, see if anything falls out.
Okay, roll me an investigation check, please.
Yo, incoming. Investigation. 16.
Ooh, just enough.
Woo!
You find you unbunch some of the clothes, and within you find a small note, very very delicate. It's crumbling and sort of in your hands slightly, but on it are small drawings with little with numbers underneath. First image seems to be a wall sconce, like a torch, and a small X and a 2 underneath it. What looks to be a picture of a book, and a written downwards, like in Japanese or Chinese. I forget which one writes downwards.
Japanese.
Japanese, it. Thank you.
Triggered.
I couldn't remember. All right, leave me alone. Possession by demons. And the third picture, you're not quite sure what the third picture is, because part of the paper has crumbled away to dust. And a small X and a 1 underneath it.
Okay. Put it in my notes.
There are from where the picture was, you see 2 little like insect-like legs poking out from what could have maybe been the main body, from what you can tell.
Okay, so a torch, X2, a book, Possession by Demons, and a third insect-like, missing picture times 1, X1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would like to pass this piece of paper around to the group.
It is very delicate. Like every time you move your fingers on it, small parts of it do crumble away. Very tiny, and very small around the edges, where the paper is so delicate and fine that it's just crumbling as you move it around.
Can I hold it in my palm and gently show it to everyone?
I would say if you're being gentle enough, so yes, you could do that.
Oh no, I've got a dust allergy. The paper. Oh. No, I'll do an investigation check if that's alright. Is it investigation?
Okay. What, to see if you can decipher the symbols?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would that be investigation? Or is it intelligence? Or?
I'd say a straight intelligence check.
Okay. Actually, where is my investigation? Based off intelligence anyway. I'm not proficient, so same thing. 8.
Plus anything?
It's a 7 plus 1, so 8.
8 altogether. You're not 100% sure. It seems to be in different language to you. Or it might as well be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not a fish man, I can tell you that much.
Is that it's not a fish man, or is that not a fish man?
It's not even anything I recognise, I guess. Fuck knows.
You don't know
Both and
bugs.
much more.
The closest thing you know to a bug is a crab.
I mean, like, hey, by the way, I think it's written on paper.
Oh, great. Okay.
Alright, with that revelation of Impetu, I moved to Avalana. Got anything useful for us with this?
It's like that Red Dwarf episode. Hello, wall!
Oh, fucking love Red Wolf.
No, God, so. Okay, continue.
No.
No ideas? Well, personally, I think we should go into the library. Because it talks about a book, talks about torches, and it talks about something with legs. Didn't you pick up, like, I saw spiders in the library. That was a thing, right?
Maybe
There were
it's not
spiders there.
succubus. Maybe this one's a bit kinder and, a bit more forthcoming.
Holy crap. Yeah, bugs and legs and something to do with that. It sounds like you're making sense there, Mouse Sound. Let's see
Yeah,
that.
there were
Either way.
spiders in the library, there are books there, and torches. Find it.
You definitely remember there being wall sconces for torches, yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
library seems like the place.
Lead on.
Okay, you guys turn around or turn a corner and head towards the library. There's still being a hole from when Impetu shoved his trident through it.
Yeah. Oops.
Does Melsang remember where he squashed one of those spiders?
There is a small reddish smear on the floor.
I would like to collect that and just kind of hold it in one hand. Like
The
this can be
smear?
useful.
The smear.
Well, some legs maybe still left.
No, the actual body of the spider disappeared into red smoke, if you remember.
Alright, that's true. Well, I just look at the smear like, maybe should get them alive. And moving on, let's find a book that is describing the possession by demons.
You what it says on the paper is possession by demons.
Possession by demons.
Yes.
So title possession : possession by demons.
That's what it looks like.
Okay, in the series Possession, let's find possession by demons.
Roll me.
Investigation?
Yes. If all three of you are looking, roll me investigation checks for possession by demons.
Ah, third roll.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna have to reposition my hand like
That is
so.
11.
11.
A 23?
Elf.
Yeah, 23.
Okay.
Oh.
And Impetu, what did you roll?
16 plus 1, 17.
17. With that, wait, was that a natural 20 or an unnatural 20, Avalana?
Unnatural 20, so I got
Unnatural
18 and
20,
it's
okay.
plus 6. So.
Okay. Because you've spent the most time here, you actually find it first. Impetu, you spotted it. You spotted the title from just across the balcony. You spotted just before Avalana gets there. But Avalana is already over in that section. Avalana, because you spent a bit more time in the library of investigating around, looking around, trying to figure out if you can summon demons. You can't. You find the book Possession by Demons. What'd you do?
Oh. I use. Give me a sec. Use create bonfire and then just burn the book up. No, I'm not actually going to do that. Burn the quest item up. Just here you go, guys. No, I just sort of announce it and just like throw it at the first person who wants it.
So you touch the book, yeah?
Yeah.
As you go to take it off the shelf, it doesn't fully come out, but when you pull it, it pulls forward, and you hear.
Oh, where's the secret passageway gone?
Uh-oh.
Can you guys spot
Yeah.
it?
Blame Blue's Clues
Alright.
now.
Yeah, I just shout, found a passageway.
Where is it?
No, you didn't.
No,
Nothing
wait.
in the room has changed.
Oh, well, can I perform a perception?
Blah, 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 blah. What check?
A perception check.
Perception check. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Honestly, this would have been better if I had time to make a map. That would have been really helpful, but I just haven't had time, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys.
Map.
Yes, a map.
16.
16. Okay. You noticed out of the corner of your eye the middle bookshelf on the ground floor jolt up just very slightly, like just a centimetre or so, before popping back down.
I try and lever it up or open it if it lifts up. I don't know, something.
What do you specifically want to do?
Well, fine. I'll tell everyone what.
This isn't an RPG where you just click E on stuff and it works. No.
Shit.
Everyone else, you guys do notice that the middle bookshelf did go. Yeah.
Did we know? I guess we noticed him pulling on the book, right?
Yes.
Okay. I said, without even saying, I remember that one of the things inside there was torches and stuff like that. So I want to go and walk up to one of the sconces on the wall and just see if I can try and like grab one of those and pull it or interact with it or something.
On the when you walk through the door, there's walls to your left and right. There's a small hole in one of them. There are 2 wall sconces on either side, and there are 6 along the walls, and then another 2 at the back wall.
I'm just going to go around and I'm going to go to the one that's nearest the section that the book was taken from. I'm just going to start from that area and just methodically work my way around and just try and pull every single one of them out of their socket or away from the wall.
Hold on, Goose, I've got another bloody pop-up. There we go. Sorry, what was that? You're just going to go all around there till you find someone?
Methodically, and just try and pull on every single one of them and see whether they have a similar effect.
Okay, you do that the first, 5 or 6. You're starting to get a bit disappointed with yourself, but you make your way round to the front of the room again, and on the second sconce in, on the left-hand side, you pull it once, and you hear a click. Do you just pull it once?
Because of the number in the book, the number 12 or something, wasn't it? I think it was Milestone, who was X2 or something, alright?
What, are you shouting this in the library? I'm rummaging around too.
Well, I'm looking over to you. Milestone, hey. You there?
Yeah.
I found this torch, obviously explain the situation. I found the torch. I think maybe we've got to go around and pull stuff, but...
You have to pull harder and yank harder, Moise.
Wasn't there a number related to that pages as well?
Well, the note said the torch has a ×2 next to it. Then you have that buck, which Avalana was screwing with, and then we somehow have to find a spider. But I don't know what to deposit a spider? Or like a bug? Anything with legs, like a bug-ish thing.
Okay, well...
I know there were spiders there at some point.
I'm going to pull the torch a second time, but I mean...
You pull it a second time. You pull it a second time.
Mm-hmm.
And very slightly, the middle bookshelf. Like as you walk in, you got 3 bookshelves basically. 1, middle, 2, 3. The middle one, number 2.
Wait,
Completely.
hey, you guys
or...
timed that. The middle bookshelf is where the book was on when Avlana was putting on, right?
No. Avlana is on the next floor up on these like catwalks to where more books are. It's like 2 floors in 1 room kind of thing. Again, if I had time to make a map, it would be much easier to explain. But basically, as you walk into this, room, you got about 5 foot of like you got the artifact cases on the left, some more shelves and a couple of desks. Then you've got 2 catwalk stairs onto a catwalk, and there's like a wooden second floor covered in bookshelves as well. It's like bookshelf, gap, bookshelf, gap, bookshelves, and on the bottom floor, bookshelf, gap, bookshelf, gap, bookshelf in the middle, the one that goes boop boop, gap, bookshelf, gap, bookshelf.
On the top of the spiders, Malsanct, Avalana, I believe, can summon spiders. Can she not?
I can.
Oh, yeah.
The spiders, apparently, if I think of any spider, it will appear, and if I think very, very hard, I can control it. Or concentrate. Yeah.
Maybe we could try and get the spider, if not Ave, to go through the gap that is now created. I assume there's a gap above the bookcase from where it came down.
It goes up about an inch now that you've pulled the wall sconce twice. Goes up about an inch and then falls back into place.
Did we notice any any sort of room underneath it, or is it just floor?
It does look like there might be a recess in the floor.
Okay.
You're not super up close to it, so you can't see into it.
Yeah.
But it looks like something might be down there.
What's the next step in the book, Malsanct?
Well, the note in order denotes 2 times the torch, 1 times the book, and then 1 times the spider. So we did it in the wrong order just now. Maybe we can coordinate it. What if you do the torch first, and Avalana does the book, and then we have to find a place for a spider to go?
Okay, right, we'll do that. We'll do that and see whether maybe by doing the torch and then the book, it opens up some sort of opportunity for a spider to come into play somehow.
Yeah, do it consecutively. Like, do it quickly. You do
Okay,
it
I'll go
torch
stand by
twice,
the
and
torch and
Avalana
hold the torch.
You're going to hold the torch sconce, okay?
Yep.
Avalana, did you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. I pull the torch twice and announce it to Avalana. 1, 2.
Avalana,
Pull and tug.
you
And tug.
pull the book.
Yeah.
Doof, doof, doof. The bookshelf raises up about 2 inches and then stays.
Oh, okie dokie.
Avalana, get down here. There's a gap.
Alright, I dolphin dive
About
off the
2
side.
inches. You dolphin off the side. Give me a dex check. You've already said it. This is canon.
I'm holding you to it.
Alright, fine. Oh, I got fucking lucky. I got a unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. You dolphin dive off the side. Do a pirouette and then land on your feet.
Yes.
Right. You are now back on the bottom floor.
Oops.
Right. What's everyone doing? What's everyone else doing?
Well, I say to Avalana, according to my little note here, a little bug creature is up.
Well, I pull out my large, thick hard wand and I say,
It's not even a foot long, and it's about as thin as a fucking pencil.
Descriptive.
that's what she said.
Okay then.
It wasn't even a foot long. Lost my fucking train of thought now.
When don't you?
Right, I pull out my wand, and you know, I think of a spider, of a small enough spider to get through, you know, at least 2 inches. Yeah, and you know, I just do that for the moment.
Okay. What particular type of spider are we going for? We going for money spider, or we going for tarantula?
Oh, I always say like a money spider.
A money spider is extremely small. It crawls under the bookshelf, and as soon as it gets past that lip of the bookshelf, and then raises back up.
Oh, well, the fuck, I killed her.
And you see a little piece of red smoke just whiffed into the air and dissipates.
No,
Try a different one.
Look, I always knew fucking reading wasn't very good for you. Wait, did you say the thing was like 2 inches?
It's 2 inches off the ground.
I wonder if I can shove my fingers underneath it.
Oh,
Really?
really? You saw that just happen? Yeah.
She said it. Do you?
Ooh, should I?
I'm gonna give you this one backseat if you want to back out.
Oh, huh. Ooh, should I, guys? Should I back out or should I go for it?
I'll let you meta talk if you want to, just for this little bit. But this is the last backseat out I'm gonna give you for free.
If the DM says this is the last time chance to back out, you should. Do it.
Because remember, you're level 5. Because remember, you're level 5. I shouldn't be helping you now.
Use your mage hand.
You're dead. Shut up.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I use mage hand.
Wade, I'm going to kill you when I see you.
You said we got to...
Fuck.
You're dead. Stop marrying.
We were allowed
He
to.
wasn't. He was
I know, true. I did say you're allowed to meta, but Wade, you're dead. So nah, fuck it, go for it.
Alright, I cast mage hand, you know, and try and fucking shove as much in there as possible.
The mage hand goes in underneath the desk. No, not the desk, the bookshelf. You can't feel anything, as we found out last episode.
Can you like flick something? Is there
What she said. Alright, I pull out my fingers and then I don't fucking know. Stick in the wand.
Can you
No,
and Malthanks both try and use a coordinated mage hand, perhaps, to maybe try and higher the bookshelf? You both get like underneath there with mage hand and try and like lift it up so that there's enough room for us to get underneath.
Or like look underneath at least.
Yeah, or we could even just get a view underneath there. But in fact, actually, Malsanct, you cast. I take a twig out of my jar of twigs, and I say, Malsanct, cast your luminous spell on this stick so that we can see what's under there the second that the door is opened and it can shine a light through there. And then you both try and use a mage hand to at least. We'll try and look underneath, and both use mage hand to lift it up enough for us to see at least what's underneath there.
I agree with the light plan. I cast light on the stick.
Okay, you now have a glowy stick. You have a glow stick.
Lumos.
Yeah, and then you just chuck it underneath the bookshelf. Callum?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'll put it near the bookshelf, but not under because it might get crushed.
You put it very close to the lip. Give me a just Callum. Give me a unless anyone else is anyone else looking underneath it.
Oh, I'm so curious. I'm looking through.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
All three of you. Okay, all three of you. Give me perception checks.
Perception.
Yeah.
7 plus. I am not rolling good today. Before the session, I gave a practice roll, and it was decent, and now I'm just getting screwed.
Okay, so yours is a how much, Callum?
Mine is a 7 plus perception, 4, so 11. Yeah, average.
11.
Could have been worse.
Malsanct?
10.
10. And Avalana?
14.
14. Okay, close enough. Avalana, the other two, you guys can't quite make out this. Avalana, you notice a small recess for a slightly bigger than tarantula-sized spider.
Oh, okay. Then I get out my wand. I obviously relay this to the others. I get out my wand and I think of a spider that's about or the same size as that sort of recess thing.
Okay,
Not my glowing stick.
It looks kind of like that, but with like a spider web on top. Okay, so you summon a spider.
Yeah, and I sort of like command it, command it.
You don't have to command it. You don't have to command it. It automatically goes underneath the bookshelf. It is a thin, gaunt-looking spider, black chitinous armor on all over its body. Has glowing red eyes, and it skitters underneath the bookshelf. The bookshelf doesn't move, and after a couple of seconds, you hear, and then the bookshelf rises, locks into the ceiling, and you see what looks to be a door on the floor. The spider now turned to stone and now embossed into the stone itself. It is turned to stone on the door, and the door turns into a flight of stairs.
Damn.
What are you giggling at?
You enjoying that? You enjoying that, mouse? It must be really good because it didn't look like he could fit any more into his face at that one moment in time. He was really packing it in there.
At least we know one thing now. Last time we packing.
Oh fuck. Much love, much love.
I like how every time his devil face comes on, it just looks like a meme face.
True.
Looks like someone's photoshopped over his own face.
He's really acting weird today.
It's weird. Anyway, the stone door, which was perfectly smooth, has now turned into a flight of stairs, leading down to a small corridor, just about big enough for one person to fit, like one behind the other, towards what you can just about see is a wooden door.
I can turn around to Mousesax and see that he's eating his provisions. Oh, sorry, man. I didn't realise you were.
Just stuffing a bit of beef jerky. Just stuffing a bit of beef jerky in his face.
I'll consume one of my provisions as well if Mousesax there. I'll talk to him whilst eating one of my provisions. We'll both have a little munch and a conversation. Seeing as you're the one who's yeah, strips of bacon. Yeah. Seeing as you're the one who possesses the slippers of spider climbing, perhaps you would be the one who's best suited to go down these stairs first, in case they happen to be tricksy.
Good point. Alright, headstrong as I am, I take a confident step down the stairs.
You take a step down the steps, nothing happens except you go slightly deeper.
Okay, to the door.
To the door! Right. You walk down, your armor's scraping against the walls, like the plates on your shoulders. It's scraping against the wall very slightly, but you do make it down to the door. What would you like to do?
2-footed.
Does it have a handle?
Yes, it does.
I would like to open it.
You touch the door handle.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I was waiting for this. I don't want to stay, but come on, man.
That's really funny. I just like how it touches on top.
Every
fair.
door he has
It's
touched
fair. It's
has
fair.
frozen him. You take 10 points of cold damage.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh.
Every time. Every goddamn time.
As soon as he said, I'm going down there, I was like, please fucking remember, please fucking remember. No.
Malsang curses himself and he's like, I really need to drink less. I keep forgetting this shit. And he pulls out Mage Hand and opens the door.
Now that you're up close to this door, now that you're pissed off at it a little bit, it's not the door's fault, it's whoever put the enchantment on, right?
Yeah.
But the door is still
That is
very
the
fucking
door.
thing. You notice that it is covered in carvings of spiders, driders, and spider webbing, all in between. When your mage hand opens it, it is a a small stone dark room. One desk, one chair, and a small bookshelf behind it. Various potions, vials, what look to be some scrolls tossed about the place, and a small red book with notes sticking out the side, kind of like what I've got here with the monster manual, but much more notes.
Okay.
Just
Maybe.
in the center of the desk, with nothing else around it. A couple of candlesticks here and there, mostly melted away, and just this book on the desk. What would you like to do?
I would like to grab some spiderweb from my horns and twiddle it in between my fingers while I enter this room.
Okay, you enter the room.
Yep.
It is how I described.
Alright, call for the rest. Might have some intel down here.
Come down, yep, sure.
You guys walk down the small staircase and then walk down the corridor. Again, very tight. You have to almost pull in your shoulders just to get down here. And you see the same room I've described.
Okay.
It is very ominous. There is almost like a chill in the air. This place feels forbidden.
I look to my bracer. Carver, any information you can give us on this place?
This is not a good place. We should leave soon.
Why?
There is forbidden knowledge here. Ancient evils that must never be spoken. Secrets that can never be known.
Secrets? Never been known? Great power? I run into that room and I try and learn everything I can.
Are you actually going to do that?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Okay. The second you go about wait, what do you touch first? This is very specific and I need to know. From what I've described, what do you touch first?
The floor.
Besides the floor, with your feet, with your hands, what do you touch first?
Wait. What was the...
No waiting,
again?
tell
Sorry.
me. There's a bookshelf at the back. There are various potion vials, scrolls, and alchemical apparatus on the desk in front of you. There is a singular red book, jam-packed with different pieces of paper and notes by the looks of it. Candles that have mostly burnt away. A single chair.
I go after the scrolls.
After the scrolls are in a unknown, completely foreign, unknown language to you, unless you can read Infernal.
No, I can't.
You can't read Infernal.
Okie dokie.
It just looks like demons, like summonings. It looks like weird alchemical circles with demonic writing all around them.
Fair enough. And I sort of, turn around, notice the red book, and I sort of sit down, ready to sort of enjoy a nice, relaxing read.
You sit down. You said you sit down, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh,
Fuck's sake.
dude.
When you
Alright,
the second you sit down, the plate of the chair where you sit falls down about an inch, and you take many needles in your backside.
Xavra.
Oh,
You take
wait, hang on, I haven't even done a Constitution thing yet.
you take 17 points of piercing damage, and depending on the Constitution saving throw,
Uh-oh. Which is one.
Oh.
a 6,
Yeah.
Oh no.
11 points of poison damage as you are
On top of the 17?
on top
Yep.
of the 17.
What? Oh shit, give me a second, I need to...
Oh no.
I'm on -4.
You're on -4. Okay, you're not fully dead, but you
got
are,
one shot.
you are unconscious. Like, you sit in the chair, and you are right. You guys, you've just seen Avalana sit in this chair, go as if she's just died. Roll me a death saving throw, please. Roll me a roll a d20. If you roll below a 10, that's one fail. If you roll above a
And
10,
above a 10
that's
is
that's a success. If you roll a natural 1, that's 2 marks in your death saving throws. If you roll a natural 20, you gain 2 successes.
Do I need to add like a modifier to
Nope,
anything?
just a
Nope.
straight d20 roll.
Okie dokie. Oh, fuck! 5.
5. Mark one of your death saving slots.
I swear to God, if my character dies.
These other guys have the
Alright.
ability to heal you. If they do a normal heal, then they can like bring you back from the brink. Because you're not technically dead yet. You are unconscious. If you fail, if you fail all 3 death saving throws, you are dead.
I would like to walk up to Avalana, drag her from that chair, and cast the cantrip Spare the Dying.
You hear slight as needles are pulled out of her backside as you pull her out of the chair, and you cast Spare the Dying. You are on 1 HP. You are now on 1 HP, but you are still unconscious.
All right, she seems to be stable.
Good. Okay. Well, Malsaint, what? Again, this note. What is the next stage that we should logically follow from the note that you have?
Well, the note led us to this room, and it kind of ended at the direction is to get to this room.
Okay. Well, then, seeing that the book on the the book seems like it's the main thing from this room, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of in the center of the room. It was on a pedestal, sort of prominent. I think that maybe the book is what we require. So. Does it have a title to it or anything? Or...
There is no title. There is no title. It just seems to be a notebook filled with different bits of scraps of paper.
We do like a intelligence check to see what sort of stuff I can kind of like deduce. What I can.
To see if it's the notes that the Medusa wanted or not.
Yeah, exactly. Or in
Okay.
fact, what the Queen of the Stone Garden wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Same person.
What? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I thought you meant.
The
I thought you were
Medusa.
talking about the succubus, not.
No. The succubus. You haven't even found out her name yet.
Yeah.
That's a fat point. You know.
In fact, all of you roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Who's that?
12.
I got a 12 plus 4, so 16.
Well, Avalana, you can't hear anything because you're currently.
What the fuck? I rolled a natural 20.
Well,
Heal, you're unconscious.
you're unconscious. I'm gonna say you hear it in your sleep. Then why not? Don't leave
Stop
me down
twitching
here.
in my sleep.
You guys here? Don't leave me down here, fuckers.
I assume that wasn't succubus.
It was the succubus's voice. Yes.
It was the sucky bear.
Okay.
Well,
It is from what your wait. What did you roll for your perception or insight? What did you wanted to find out if these were the notes? Roll me an intelligence check.
Okie dokie. Pow. Natural 20. Plus 1, so 21. But
Yeah, natural 20 override.
yeah, that was a jazzy throw.
From the looks of it and the way it's been protected, as far as you can, from what you've seen, it's definitely the fucking notes.
Yes. Okay. Mouse Saints, let's I don't know whether you heard earlier on, but Carver warned me that if we learnt more knowledge than we possibly needed, the more we learnt here, the more we stand to kind of be at harm. I'm gonna kind of like trust that warning. I trust the sort of thing that he said about this being an evil place. I've deduced that these are the notes that we require.
If you die, I die.
Yeah, Carver's not happy about this place. We'll go from here. Help me carry Avalana, and we'll go back to the succubus. And
hold on. Let me treat her first. We can do more for her. Can I do a medicine check on the wounds on her back?
Her backside,
Is it
her ass.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't the day I particularly wanted to be penetrated, but hey ho.
God's sake. Okay. So, medicine check.
Yeah. 17.
Okay, it seems to be a fairly old poison. You do kind of know about it. It's not sort of commonly used nowadays. It's very much a drow poison, but very treatable.
Okay. Well, since I'm touching her anyways, I cast Cure Wounds.
Cure wounds, right? Roll what you need to roll for that. I forget. Too many healing spells. I can't never remember.
It's a 1d8 plus my spell modifier. I'm going to cast it as a 3rd level spell, so it's 3d8 plus my spell modifier.
Okay, go for it.
you can see where I just like breaking it as well. So he's doing it like now, so if you want to go down and get it ready now.
5 plus 2 is 7. Plus 1 is 8, plus my spell mod, which is 3, is 11 health.
Avalana, you gain 11 health back.
Yeah, I'm up to 12 out of 31.
Pretty good.
Can you cast another Cure Wounds, please?
I'm out of spell slots, yo.
Yo.
Okie dokie. Avalana, you are now conscious. You still feel very drowsy and bleh, sort of thing. But you are alive, is the main thing.
Yeah, and my character says, geez, I'd like to be penetrated, but not by that many things.
How about my spear?
I took the spear, did I?
God's sake. Right.
Let's
The notes are still on the table. The chair is now very visibly a trap, as it resets itself. The needles, they seem to almost like in a video game, it like clips. The needles seem to like clip, so that they can't be seen anymore.
Can I
Almost like magic.
can I draw my spear and knock the chair over onto its back?
Onto its back, there's not enough room. It would hit the bookshelf before it did.
Okay.
As it is a very small study.
Yeah. Can I like shove it to its side, like so it's
Onto its side, yeah.
no.
There's loads of room for it on the side. So you do that onto its side.
yeah.
You go to push it over, but it seems to be fixed to the floor.
Can I see how? Is it like?
It is very clearly the legs of it are built out of the same stone that the room is made of.
Right.
Like when they carved this place out to make the buildings and the rooms itself, it was those particular pillars of stone to make the chair legs were just left.
Huh. I hate this chair. Can I stand right in front of it and cast the cantrip Word of Radiance, an AoE of radiant damage right in front of me for 5 feet.
On the chair?
Right before standing right in front of the chair.
I'd like to leave
radiant
whilst
damage.
he's doing this. I'm going to pick up the book and leave, by the way, whilst he's in the middle of this whole thing.
You gotta pick up the book?
Yeah.
Follow.
Okay. Impetu, you pick up the book. Nothing happens except you pick up the book.
Yeah, I'm going back to the succubus while he's in the middle of fighting a chair.
No, it's like I want to destroy this chair. It just killed a party member.
Almost killed me. Yeah, I just follow Impetu out.
You hobble and follow Impetu out. Just
yeah, with a very
both
face.
both hands on your ass, which is now sore, like ass cheeks.
I sort of
You
nudge
alright?
Impetu because if anyone asks, you know what to say. And like wink at him, sort of thing, give him sort of like
Is this hinting at a good night or an epic battle?
a good night sort of thing.
Right, okay.
I'm going to say blub blub and keep walking.
Blub blub, motherfucker. Okay,
Blub 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 blub.
You blub blub and walk out the room. Again, Cardle kind of tight. You have to tuck your shoulders in. And Mousank, are you still attacking the chair?
Oh, I want to fire that Word of Radiance, like the AoE, radiant AoE at the chair.
Okay, I don't know what radiant damage is going to do to an inanimate object, but
I mean, I hope it breaks the stone. Does it not?
roll to find out.
Okay. I think it has to do a saving throw. Yes.
It's a chair. Let's just say it fails.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's an inanimate object. It's going to fail.
Yeah, it's a con save for damage, so I guess no.
Let's say it automatically fails. Right.
Okay.
How much damage do you do?
Well, nothing then.
No, let's say if it had to roll, it automatically failed. Not your spell failed. The chair failed its roll.
Oh, the chair failed its roll.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Right. So that's 2d6s of damage.
Okay, roll away.
That's a 6. And a 6.
12 points of damage.
12 damage to a chair.
It was a chair. Now it's a pile of stone with a few needles sticking out everywhere.
Fuck you, chair. Yeah, and,
I don't know why people. He just does it.
Is there like any of the? Do you see like the mechanisms behind it, like the poison dispensaries, how the needles come up? How does this work?
Couple of springs and the needles seem to be just dipped in poison, then placed.
Yeah, this dungeon seems to be an absolute death trap for me and Staff Farm. Fucking Callum's character's had a fucking breeze, so at least he can walk through fucking doors and shit without being frozen.
There were some icicles on my fingertips.
You know, I did get like a weird demonic thing attached to me during this, of which I'm slightly still uncertain about.
You chose.
Oh, I didn't know it was fucking demonic. It didn't.
It did say it was from the fourth ring of hell.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it told me that before I attached myself.
It did. I distinctly remember it did.
Okay. Meh.
Well, since I'm alone,
I'll go back and
I'd like to take advantage of that.
I'll go back and watch the episode to double check, but
No, definitely.
Right.
But yeah, now me being left alone in this room, I'd like to take advantage of like having a quick browse and the contents of the books in the bookshelf behind her.
Do you read Infernal?
Yes.
It is.
What?
He's part demon.
God damn it.
Excuse me. It is all the books and the scrolls and such are documents and plans and summoning spells for summoning extremely dangerous demons like to be a little bit more about it, the world-ending kind, how to control them, and it all seems to be pointing towards like bits of paper have been taken from some books, and you're not sure where those bits of paper have gone, but you have a sneaking suspicion it's in that notebook that's currently in Petu's hands.
Alright, so these were the most I could conclude from this, these were the most valuable demon summoning books out of the library. Like these ones are really targeted towards getting the act done.
Yes.
Okay. I treasure that knowledge and return to my party.
You return to party. Do you explain what you just found out?
Yes, I cheerfully return to my party and say, the chair has been slain.
Okay, you gained that. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of information. From like just spending a little bit of time in that room, you understand that the woman, the witch that was doing this research, she planned to either destroy the world, not as in like taking over and all that sort of thing, literally destroy the world, or to at least release the demons from the 9 circles of hell, even the bad ones that the other demons have locked up.
The bad ones among the demons. Okay, that's pretty bad. Okay, so I come back to my party members first. So, do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Just tell it to us. Tell it to us how it is.
Let's go for the bad news first.
Oh, the bad news first. I know the intentions of the witch.
Alright, and the good news?
The good news is the chair has been slain.
Again, the good news is...
I'm just going to shake my head at that, look at it for it. Fuck.
I question him and go, so you're going to tell us what the good news is?
Well, the good news is I also know the intentions of the witch, which is also the bad news, which is that she wanted to summon a very big, very dangerous demon from the 9 hells, and
not just one demon, all demons.
Yeah, she wanted to basically release the hells upon the earth.
Can I do an intelligence check to see whether I recall the information that I read inside the book, and sort of like make a link between the fact that what I read is in fact.
Oh, have you read the book that you got from the middle of the desk?
Yeah, I had a browse for it to see what it was, and I managed to deduce it was what the succubus was looking for.
Do you
read Infernal?
Do you read Infernal?
No, I managed to deduce what it was from the. But you did say that when I looked through it, I could deduce it was what the succubus was looking for there.
No, you can tell that it's what the Medusa is after. Queen Vixanus.
Yeah, we're trying to help the succubus get out, not find notebooks.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, we trying. No. Your primary objective is find the notebook for Vixanus to rescue Shush, and the secondary objective is there's also succubus locked here.
No, that's now the new primary objective. We need to save that succubus for the good of all things.
We can do that as a party of 4 strong.
I agree. I agree with Malsaint. I'm going to take this in the knowledge that we found the book and stuff like that. I'm going to go back to Queen Vixana, Queen of the Stone Garden, and go and present her with this book.
Whoa! We now know what this book is about. That is dangerous knowledge that has been compiled to create the biggest destroying heist on Earth there's ever been, summoning, freeing all hell.
It's a good point, and you know what? I don't think I personally, or many of us, have that sort of intelligence to be thinking about what we should do with this information. So I think maybe we should all try and sneak. Give me the health, the restoration scroll, and I will go back to the gardens and sneak in there and revive the one person of our squad who is the best at thinking of convoluted ideas that can take into account all crazy fucking. I think that we need some sort of a crazy scheme to comprehend this world-ending book.
So instead of waltzing in with the world-ending book, which would give us free passage to the Queen, you would like to sneak past the entire kingdom to the palace next to it, the garden next to it, to revive a person who could then think of something to do otherwise.
I
You
think
know,
I
you could
think
think
that
of something worse.
I think that me and our bard have the capability to sneak past people, as we're quite stealthy in ourselves. And I believe
That's
that
right.
if you were to waltz in there with you say that the book would grant us free passage to go and see the Queen, but at the same time, once we waltz in there with the book that has world-ending information, I don't think we're going to get past that army with the book itself and get back out of there. Once we walk in there, that's like handing the book to the Queen. And as you stated, it's world-ending information. I think we definitely need our party member. If we get our party member back, which is, and as you said, our main objective.
Fine. How about one of us stays here and the other two go and save Shush?
I can guarantee you that you would be at more risk of being discovered if you went instead of just me. I feel like sending a one. If I go by myself and I don't manage to make it, then within half an hour to an hour's worth of me trying to get there, within however long it would take for me to get there, you can try and make the attempt yourself. But I feel like the more
two
people we have,
restoration
like,
scrolls.
true. But I mean, I feel like the more people we have going in, the more likely it is for us to get seen. I feel like
Yeah.
my training as a fish monk.
All
Training as a
right.
fish monk has led me to be super stealthy, and I can do this.
All right, fair enough. You do a one-man sort of lone wolf sort of mission. You go in there, start snapping people's necks, stabbing their jugulars and shit, and like shanking people.
And yeah.
Wait, we still have to travel
Yeah,
back. Are the dwarves still waiting out there with the...
What a governor.
And then once you're like, murdering people.
Yes,
on
they
their
are.
own-
The dwarves are still waiting for you outside the temple, and they are under strict instructions to kill you if you leave without the notes.
Good point. Okay, then in which case we need to fight the dwarves outside the temple and kill them first, and then I'll go and get our party member back.
That might raise more suspicion.
Yeah, but if we can't sneak past, well, I can make an attempt to sneak past them, I guess. But if I
Bearing in
sneak
mind,
past them and it goes
you know,
wrong,
All of you
Yeah.
here, all of you here, from Callum's Impetu's wrist, there was a mirror in the succubus's room, and that's where we're going to leave for a break.
Right.
Mirror on the wall. Can you please show me your tits?
How about no? Right, we're going on a break, guys, and we will see you in a bit.
See you soon.
Bye.
Orcos Dokos.
August Logos. Hello guys, welcome back. These guys have just found the Book of World-Ending Notes. If the Medusa gets a hold of it, she could unleash devastation upon the world. Or destroy it entirely. Right. Who has the book? I believe Callum, you have the book, as in Petu.
I do.
You have the book. What is everyone doing?
I'm gonna go see the succubus, but I'm gonna stand outside the door,
Okay.
like before the doorway. Not actually gonna go into the room.
You walk up. You walk back up the small set of stairs into the library, through the door, into the corridor. You turn left from your perspective, and the succubus is sat on the bed, one leg over the other, arms crossed, just tapping her clawed finger on her arm. Well, didn't you take a while? She then notices. Wait, you holding the book in your hands?
Yeah.
She notices you holding the book, and with genuine shock and fear, sees the book. What are you doing with that?
We were requested to get this.
Destroy it. Destroy it.
We can't do that necessarily.
Do you mean
We
you
may
can't
need it
do
for leverage. We might need it for leverage. We need to save our friend.
Just it's. I don't want to use these terms, but it's unholy to the nine hells. That is. It's disgusting magic.
How come?
You're not there.
Oh, okay.
You never said you walked up there. You're not there.
Where? What? Where? Callum and them is? Yeah, I said I followed him out. Like multiple times.
You said you followed him out, but you never said just now that you followed him to the succubus.
Oh, so where am I then?
You are just above. You've just come out of the steps that led down to that little study.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just walk up to the succubus as well then.
You walk up with the succubus. Do you walk into the room, or do you stay outside of it with Impetu?
I asked Impetu why he stood outside.
Because although I think it's a good idea to free the succubus, and we should definitely free her, it's probably not a good idea to walk in there whilst we're holding the book that can end worlds.
I would much rather have that book destroyed than possess it.
Either way,
Well, should we just go in anyway?
hang on, let's get Malsigned, and I'm gonna shout for Malsigned.
Yo!
Get the fuck up here, bro.
Okay!
Doof,
Come here.
doof, 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 doof.
Yeah. Oh, what?
And you being the holiest of our group, and this being one of the most unholiest of books, I feel that you probably seem to be the best person out of our group to give this to take care of for now.
Alright, I'll hold it, but unholy... Oh, that depends on the perspective of the person.
It is unholy to me and your ancestors, demon child.
Correct.
When you... Malzone, do you take the book? Hello, Callum.
Yes.
When you hold the book, you feel
Uh-oh.
power. Like a strong magical force emanating from this book, and you, with your demonic blood, my friend, feel a slight connection form between you and the succubus, and it is plain as day. You feel this connection to this succubus. And as soon as you feel that, when you look at the succubus, her eyes go wide as you understand she's felt that connection too.
Uh-huh.
God, not again.
Please elaborate.
You're powerful enough to wield the book, therefore you can control me.
Huh.
Danny.
How ironic.
I hate mortals.
Alright, let's not go down that road just yet. And I store the book.
I sort of go
Even with the hold on, even with the book. No, you don't know of any connection just yet. All you've like heard is what she said. Right, I was saying, even with that book stored in your bag, that connection's still there.
Huh. Okay. I like this book. I think I'll hold on to it.
I fucking hate it.
fucking good.
Fuck you.
I don't care.
So,
Oh no, you'd like that, wouldn't you, dreamy boy? Or dreamy girl, sorry. There.
I would actually.
Oh, fuck off.
Anyway, back to business. Succubi. In fact, I realised how rude of us. We haven't even asked your name. What can we refer to you as?
She looks at Mousanct. Do I have permission to speak?
oh come on. Don't be a dick. Go ahead.
You control me with the book. I have to have you. I have to.
Just a pissy demon now.
I didn't issue a command.
My name is Cassie,
Well, nice to meet you.
or Cassandra, as my fellows know me.
Actually, Sandra, whatever you want.
Note taken. So, is there any way that we can, before freeing you, I don't suppose you know any way we can get back to the base of the Queen of the Stone Garden?
Who?
We need to get back there to save our Queen of the Stone Garden. No, also known as Queen
Never
Victorinus.
heard of it. Never heard of
Queen
her.
Victorinus, no. Bollocks. Okay, well.
I've been
Well,
stuck
actually,
here for
I used to
2,000
wait.
years.
Uh-huh.
I know nothing except these four walls and fucking roof and ceiling.
How tall is the ceiling?
The room is about 10 foot by 10 foot. Yeah, 10 foot by 10 foot.
Fair enough, fair enough. How do we actually get out of here? Like, I'm sort of asking
I
everyone in
need
the party.
permission from my new master.
Someone's
Well.
not happy.
No, I'm not. How would you feel being controlled by what you think is a lesser?
Hey, never mind, I won't go into that.
Wait.
Anyway.
I mean, at least I looked the part. Wink.
Half, demon child.
Fair enough.
Just touche.
Well, not even half anymore. It's been apparently so fucking long that you're probably not even half. You have demonic traits, granted. You may even have some resistance to fire. Oh, how I'd love to test that.
Well, why
I
won't
think
you?
you just got burned there, Malsanct.
Oh,
Ah,
I
with the hell
wish.
damage. Okay.
She sort of gives this like sarky smile towards Avalana. Oh, I wish.
Alright.
Like she's
Giving
like,
out
she,
permission
like she's put
seems
like
a
she's
pretty
put
big deal.
like she's putting off like the energy of like she is done with this shit.
She's just like, I'll fucking roll with it for the moment.
Alright, Malsang just now realizing what he holds in his hands. Can I flick through the book knowing my position a little bit better? Like what
Yeah.
I am to her? Can I read what's in there?
Are you looking for a specific chapter on like succubus control or?
Yeah, like what like the controller is to the person who is controlled.
You find in there basically
What can I get
you find in there description basically she has to do what you say to the letter of your description. You're right. Wait.
Dying.
You're right.
Bless you.
I thought somebody had just played an elephant sound effect.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Basically, she has to follow your letter to the T. Excuse me. Once the task itself is done, she basically goes idle, or returns to you, if you so wish it. Be specific with your commands, and have fun, basically.
How come he gets the succubus?
Alright.
Because he's part demon, he understands the language, and he has the book.
True.
Jack of all trades here. So I turn to the succubus and ask, well, of what exits to this place do you know?
She points to the doorway. That way and left?
Pulling off the.
Who put this seal on the door? Who kept you in?
The witch that summoned me.
I'd like to do an Arcana check, by the way, just because there's magical gubbins going on.
On what?
On the room, or anything that happens to be in the room.
Can I also?
Can you be specific so I know what you're talking about, so I know what information I can give?
Well, I mean, inside the room there's the bed. I guess, like there's the lockbox under there. I guess she's got like a nightstand and a mirror.
Right. Right. So you want to do an Arcana check on?
Yeah.
You want to do an Arcana check on the different parts of the room, right? Okay, got ya. Remember, you got to tell me what you want your end goal to hopefully be in order for me to understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I want to hear, like check all items inside this room. See if there's
Okay.
any other sort of like Arcana, present sort of thing.
Okay.
I got a +1 in that, so pretty much rule roll. Here we go. 13 +1, 16.
16. The mirror itself is not inherently magical. The small like glimmers of light around where in modern day we would like have light bulbs around a mirror kind of thing. It's like remember in what's that Minecraft mod called? The one where we fucked about with made the rifts. Thorncraft.
Oh,
yeah, fucking hell, don't remind me.
Yeah.
You remember when you made the remember when you made the night oars and it was just like a little glowy ball of light?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that dotted around the mirror. That's the only kind of magic coming from the room.
I'll relay that information to Malsaint and Avalana. I'll point at the balls and be like, magic coming from those.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna do like, if she's only trapped in the room.
She looks back. She's like, yes, those are magical flames. They are a simple light source.
I was gonna say, if she can't get out the room, then I was gonna cast Dispel Magic or whatever you bloody call it.
Dispel magic, yeah.
Spell. Yeah, and see if I can dispel the magic that keeps her in the room.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Right. You
I
can
would like
try
to
it.
make sure that I step behind the other two before this happens.
you step behind. You're
Just
just like, no, get out of the way. All right,
Yep.
and you're at the back.
Alright, let's go. What the fuck is my phone doing?
You would need to roll at least a 25.
Really?
It's powerful fucking magic.
Wait, that's not how the spell magic
How
works.
do-
That's the spell's DC.
DC.
It goes on
Do
spell
what
slot
saves?
level, right?
What saves would I put on top of it then, or would I just go by like what I rolled it as out of the D20?
Read out dispel magic to me.
Alright, here it
Alright.
goes. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. What is the spell's level?
3.
No.
No,
the seal.
of the.
Highest can be is 9.
So yeah, what would that be? What would that make it? What would be the highest level it could be then? Fuck.
9.
9.
Altogether.
9th level spell. Yeah, 9th level spell is the highest spell slot any D&D character can unlock. I don't know if there's any above what the character can achieve.
Well, my world. I don't normally say that because it's like taking away power from you guys, but my world, you have to be at least a 25 to beat that one.
So in theory, that is a 15th level spell.
That's for talk after the game though, like that maths and
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, no, yeah. Go ahead.
So, what do I add my thing onto though?
Your
Because
spellcasting modifier is
if
what you
I'm,
roll
like,
with.
I don't know.
What
so
do you
plus
what
a D20 sort of thing.
your a D20 plus what do you use to cast your spells? Your charisma, correct?
Should be on your character sheet, like at your spells, like your mod. Should be like Wiz, Charisma, Wisdom, Charisma, Intelligence, maybe.
Give me a sec.
And plus, you're not focusing it. You're just
No.
you're just trying to dispel magic within the area. You're
Hang on a
not,
minute,
you
I'll share my screen.
haven't
I
told
could be
me.
confused.
You haven't told me what you're trying to dispel. What are we doing? What's this?
I'm trying to dispel the magic that keeps the succubus in the room in private. Like, what do I like? Obviously, I rolled a D20. Like, what
It's
do I?
not
add?
loading. It's not loading.
Or am
for
I
me.
being a bit?
Hold on. Okay, you would have a +4 to your roll. So even if you rolled a natural 20, actually no.
See, that's why it should be 19. The DC, the highest level spell it can muster.
19.
Does
Okay,
it
okay, you'd have to beat a 19 then. Okay, right. Let's say he has to beat a 19 then. Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah, your spell.
What happened if I already
your
rolled 19?
Eh?
I already rolled 19 because I rolled, hence why I wanted to ask. 'cause
Then it's-
you, as I
right,
rolled,
okay,
you
right.
had 25.
Okay. Until I can look up the proper rules properly and 100% confirm it, we'll say it worked. The force field on
Yep.
the door, the 4 runes, the 4 runic spells, stopped glowing
Yeah.
entirely. Yeah, I believed you, dude. I believed you, mate. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Just check.
Right.
Just sort of. Yeah.
Okay. The 4 runes on the above and below the door frame have stopped glowing.
I did a Merlin of 7 Deadly Sins.
Okay. What do you guys want to do next?
I sort of turn around and go, does this help?
Not
I don't
really.
know.
Not really. I need to be commanded out. That was the witch's last command. Stay in this room until told otherwise.
Did the witch leave any other commands on you?
No.
I command all of the previous owner's commands to be disengaged.
Okay. And she just stands there.
And I am not issuing any new command and relying on my subject's free will to do as she wishes.
She
Well
just she just has a huge smile from ear to ear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Malsanct, I still don't trust her. I know
You
there's
should,
things
you should have probably added a few things on the end there. It's more like don't fuck with us, don't kill us, or don't do anything towards us. You know, other than that, try and help us with your own free will.
Oh, I would never, darling. And she looks to Avalana. Avalana, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to say, can I say in addition to that, Malsaint, you know, like, again, I want to pipe up as well, so, like, you know, Malsaint, make sure that she doesn't kill me in my sleep.
Yeah, just put safety guards for us. Right, wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. There we go. Plus 18.
18. You felt a slight waft of magic over you, but it doesn't seem to affect you.
Sort of look at her and go, you do that again, bitch.
Do what? I didn't do anything. Even the fishman will vouch for me. Callum, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Motherfucker. Goddamn fucking succubus. Wisdom saving throw. Fucking succubus, man.
Sit there and fuck with us for the rest of the campaign or something. In the middle of a boss battle or something like that. Chant.
Callum! She is your best friend! You would do anything for this person.
I'm going to stand in front of her, kind of like step between like her and Avalana and be like, how dare you insult her honor, Avalana? I'll stand by her word. She seems 100% truthful and I feel insulted on her behalf.
I click my fingers and use the spell magic on it.
Impetu knows I'm telling the truth.
Malsanct, what's your input? Malsanct.
But my input is
Also, where's your demon face gone?
Yeah, it's freaking out.
Oh,
He's
fair
gone
enough.
home.
What do I think of this? I think I'm going to clutch that book and stay back a bit.
What the fuck? Fine, I click my fingers and use the spell magic again on Impeti.
How many third level spell slots do you have?
Yeah, how many third level spell slots do you have? Fuck.
Oh shit, never mind. Sorry, never mind.
I got him now, guys.
No, that generally was. I wasn't actually paying attention to that. To be honest.
gathered. Right.
Well,
Impetu, can you go get that book for me?
Well, yes, of course. Where do you want to go?
You better
Can you give it to me? Can you give it to me, please?
You mean the one that Malsaint has?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah, sure. Malsaint, give me that book.
Malsaint! I sort of go up to Impetu and like fucking clobber him one. Sort of.
Okay,
roll
to hit. Roll to hit.
Oh, wait. That wasn't an attack move, right? It was just asked to give at this point.
No.
I just want to
Avalana. No.
Yeah, but it's
Avalana wants to knock Impetu out.
Oh!
So, roll to hit.
Oh shit!
Ooh. 11.
That's not gonna hit you, Zacy.
That's not a hit.
You go to hit, and Impetu is just so fucking nimble. You just like, boom. Just
I'm going to swiftly dodge out of the way sort of thing and turn around to Avalon and say, try that again and I'll be forced to respond. I don't want to hurt you, but Malsaint, I'm going to need that book.
I sort of say to
Succubus, protect your master in his possessions.
Oh fuck. And she takes the charm spell off of Impetu. Impetu, you know now that you were charmed.
Okay. Then turn around to the succubus and point my trident at her. Try anything like that again, and you're dead. And then to show that I'm serious, I'm gonna fucking punch her in the face, bitch. I'm gonna like backhand her. Just plain and simple. Good old trusty backhand. Just
roll to hit.
Let's have a little look.
Are you using it?
Come
Are you
on.
are you using it? Are you using your right hand or your left?
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna backhand her with old faithful fucking Carver, mate. Give her a little
Alright.
Carver fucking cleave, mate.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, no.
So that was a 13 plus my dex, which is 5, so 18 to hit.
18 to hit. That indeed hits. Roll me damage. It'll be a normal punch, and then I'm gonna add something to it.
Okay, sweet. So that is a. Hang on a minute. 2 seconds. 1d8, basically. Okay, here we go. 3 damage. Respectable backhand.
Knock a few teeth out backhand, that is.
Bit of 8.
Okay. As soon as you backhander with the right hand that has Carver on it, on your wrist, her face and entire head actually cracks, and blue flames just lick out of the skull and the face. She turns back to you slowly as the wound heals itself, as her head forms back together, much slower than you would expect, but still her skull reforms, and she looks visibly enraged. Her red flowing hair becoming like red fire almost. Like in Avengers and Scarlet Witch, she kind of has the red effect or thing. It's like that, but fire.
Fuck.
I take a step back and just go, look, if you guys are gonna fight, I have no fight.
Oh, there will be no fighting.
I cannot
Yeah,
attack.
see, how about you be a little bit more passive right now? Calm your emotions and sit down on the bed.
In fact, actually, on that point, Melsanct, can you command her not to charm any of us from here on out?
She does as he's already said. She goes over and sits on the bed. The fire of her hair slowly fading away as it turns back into her crimson locks.
Yeah,
Sandra, as long as I am your master, this party, still including another member, is impervious to any of your attacks, magic, and other ways to harm us.
Basically, don't attack or charm them.
You got it.
Fine. She
Alright.
just sits on the bed, like crossed arms, looking very pissed.
Well,
Put
I
in
think we
the
just,
anime.
Cassandra,
sort of
wait.
copy
Let me get this right.
Stop
Do you
talking
want-
over everyone, Will.
Do you want freedom?
Yes.
Do you want a purpose?
I want to go back to my life.
Is there anything left of it after 2,000 years?
I don't know, but I prefer it over this fucking plane.
Really? Have you seen all of it?
I don't think I wish to see all of it.
Really?
I'd rather go back to the burning pits of hell.
Well, I would say we kind of have a lot of akin to the people in the Nine Circle of Hell. We're a vengeful party. We have targets. How about you accompany us on our adventures?
Well, I have to do what you say now, don't I?
Correct. Now let's go. All right, guys, we have a new party member.
She audibly like sighs, and like she's not hiding her displeasure with this arrangement whatsoever. Fine.
I
to be
sort of walk
displeased, but at
past
least
her,
it will be more
pat her on the
interesting.
back. I sort of walk past her, pat her on the back, and go, "Don't worry, you'll get used to that." And sort of like carry on walking
Bite
wherever
me.
we're going.
Okay.
All right, the mirror.
Yes, there is a mirror in here. I did punch it a few thousand years ago. Yeah, you see now that there are shards of the mirror is in pieces. Quite a few larger pieces. But like there's just one. You can tell just there's just one straight into the middle of this thing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say all charms dispelled and stuff like that. Back to regular, clear-minded thinking and Petty.
Mm-hmm.
I say that the main task at hand is to get back into our party. Now, Milestone, I think I'm gonna try and I think I'm gonna try this by myself and try it alone so far. I will attempt to try and sneak past the guards outside of the temple. If that should fail, then I feel like maybe we should have to take them out. Past that, I will then again try to sneak into there, and if I'm caught, maybe you can say that I stole the respiration scroll, and maybe even at that point bargain for me and at that stage with something else. But I think we need to get our party member back, so I think I'm going to try and sneak past the guards.
The ones outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have one more idea before we try that. I would like to cast a cantrip Mending on the mirror.
Ooh. Okay. Do you need to roll anything?
Nope, as long as it's within 1 foot of at least the damage is within 1 foot, I can heal it fully.
Rule cool, I'm going to say yeah, go for it.
Alright, I repair the mirror.
Okay. Try to give me a check. You go over to the mirror and golden, actually no, white strings of light start to come out of your fingertips, and as you're crafting this mirror back together, the little tendrils of light lashing off your fingers start wrapping around small pieces of glass and start rapidly putting it back together to one full mirror embedded in its frame.
Nice.
I admire myself a little bit and then ask, hey Ave,
What's your
yourself?
what's your charisma? No. Is it charisma? Yeah. What's your charisma? Sorry.
Well, my charisma's 14.
14? You're a handsome boy. You're a handsome demon lad.
Yeah. Sorry, I admire myself. I was like, hey Ave, want to see yourself? As I motion to my backpack, finally having him do something.
Ave crawls out of your back and out of your backpack and onto your shoulder. Impetu, you hear in your head, there is nothing where that creature should be. That is extremely strange. A powerful magic.
I'm going to look at my bracelet and say,
Bracer.
goddamn you, Carver. Bracer. Goddamn you, Carver. When are you going to learn? Tell my team everything. And then I relay the information to Malsank and Avalana.
It's like a void. There should be something there, but yet there is not. It's a void.
Okay.
From my point of view, I don't sense anything or anything.
Alright. Little experiment.
Yeah.
Cassandra, what do you think of Ave's sorrow right here? Tell me honestly.
It's a pseudo dragon. It's a lot smaller than what I remember them being. But
Right. Very young one.
yes, a little wormling. It's
Oh, the
a
Dark
pseudo.
Demon
It's a
Slayer.
pseudo dragon. Red, scaly, annoying sounding. Ave just goes "Nyeh," up the side of us.
Oh, what a fun party are we gathering. Speaking of our full party, where did we lost some people along the way that weren't shush?
I feel like we should return and get now.
Indeed, but yes, we should hand our way back to find Shush and our rest of our party members. Didn't we bring the people of Fertilia and the warriors of Fertilia with us?
Oh, you mean Dermot? Yeah, I guess. Maybe,
And Sam.
Maybe.
And the marshal,
Sam.
yeah.
He's a guy. Yeah, that. You know what? Fuck it. Screw Dermot. Yeah, Sam. Sam's a guy.
Well, I mean, Dermot had our back at the Necromancer, which is actually what we tried to get back from. We have done a lot of we haven't really been back to a place that we could call home for a while.
Well, let's go and get
Yeah, the nearest place we got back to was that village. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
half of you went back to Fertilia. The other half didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn. Okay, for the love of Christ, let's go and get
All
I'm gonna
right.
head off and I'm gonna try and sneak past the guards. Fuck it.
The doorway to the outside of the temple is shut. Remember, it is a big, heavy iron door.
Okay. Firstly, I'm gonna say to Avalana, I'll need to say that Greater Restoration Scroll so that I can go and revive And if I should fail, then just simply tell the guards that I stole it from you, and I'm sure that they'll give it back to you.
That is okay. I hand you the scroll. I shall hand you the scroll.
No, I believe that the
the
heavy iron gate required a blood sacrifice beforehand.
There is no skull on this side.
Fuck. Okay, then in which case I'm just going to try and push them open.
Okay. As you start to push them open, the iron, the bolts on the sides. As you push them open, as you push them open through the center, you see 3 dwarf heads go. Did you find it?
Okay, I'm gonna try and attempt to That's awkward.
I swear I described them in the last time.
It was a very loud door.
The doors creaked and screamed open.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try and stealth. I'm gonna try and
And to
dodge out of the way
distract, to distract from my pet doing that, I would like to beckon Cassandra out of her room for the first time, and I'd say to the dwarves, "Well,
before that, you beckon her out of the room. She nervously takes 1 step out, like she's putting her foot on the ground, testing the ground sort of thing. And as she steps out, she has a massive sigh of relief. Her wings unfurrow, and she stretches her arms and she stretches her wings down the corridor like she's never stretched before. That feels amazing. Oh. And she's she's very plainly showing off to you, her curves, her elegance sort of thing. Like, she's very clearly showing off a bit. It's like she feels relieved to finally be out of that fucking room.
Alright, I would like to walk out with Ave on my shoulder and Cassandra following me to the dwarves.
Okay.
And I would issue a whispering command to Cassandra. Keep them busy.
Right, okay, and whilst he's doing that, I'm going to do a stealth roll to see whether I can...
Kill them, or... What? Kill them, or...
No, entertain them for now.
Entertain? Ooh, I haven't been with a man for many, many years. And you see her licking her lips and getting very, very excited at this opportunity.
Just go mad with them. Do whatever you know.
Can I stealth roll?
Go for it.
Okay. Is it going to be I assume at advantage? What? Because fucking
massively distracted.
Distracting them, yeah.
They all see this this demon woman. They all start getting their weapons ready, and they're like, "Succubus, men, get ready!" And they'll start getting fighting stances. Impatu, give me the stealth.
Is that at advantage or just regular then?
Fuck it, go for advantage.
Hey, I might not need it. Oh, thank fuck. I was a 3, so I probably do need it. 12 plus 7, so 19.
19.
I've got some good stuff.
You're able to maneuver around some of these spikes on the crenellations, the 2 walls before you hit the door. You manage to worm your way through them and up and over, and you start making your way to back the way you came. Everyone else, what are you guys doing?
Alright, I like to ease off the guards and I say, easy there, dwarves. Malsanct here has more control than what you might think. And I also showed him A for the first time.
It's a bloody baby dragon!
Malsanct.
Sorry, what was that?
I sort of pop out with Malsanct as he sort of,
Okay.
comes out from the bushes.
Alright, there's two of you. And you've gained a demon. Where the hell's the fishman?
Well, I'm still hunting for your documents, your notes. Those are hard to find. There are multiple. It's a catacomb in there. There's puzzles up on hallways. We've been busy. We found.
You've only been gone an hour. How have you taken control of a demon?
That was kind of an accident.
Yep.
Literally.
What the bloody hell do you mean?
But
Well, the same as this was an accident. Valana showed them your new power. The spider stick.
oh yeah, I summon a phase spider in front of me.
Malsanct, you are repulsed by this thing.
Whoa! Jesus Christ!
I sort of think and concentrate on the spider and.
You're gonna concentrate on the spider, yeah? Okay.
I'm gonna
it's going
concentrate on
to
the spider and tell it to be friendly.
okay. It's gonna stand there and just sort of like with unnaturally quick movements. Like Malsanct, you're doing that right now. I'm surprised you haven't told what's her face to attack it yet. Kill! No.
I'm on the edge of like, God damn it, Valana!
Oh my god, we can play. Oh my god, we can play Pokemon.
Oh
God, no!
The spider unnaturally.
I summon my spider.
The phase spider. Is it a big one, a small one, giant one? What are we talking?
Just a sort of like a.
The smallest one you can. The smallest one you can get.
sized.
The smallest one you can get is about the size of a hair. The largest one you can get is about the size of a building.
Okay, big range.
Okay, not that big. Alright, then the hair-sized one. That's creepily too small. If that makes any sense.
No, not like a hair, as in like
So
hair on
like,
your head, like a hair of rabbit. It's like a rabbit hair.
No, I know what you mean.
Right,
I know,
not
that's
like
what
a
I
hair
mean.
from your head.
It's just like. No, I know. That's what I meant. I meant a hair as in a rabbit hair.
Right. Okay.
It was like really too small because it was too big.
Yeah, no,
So like
a
dog-sized,
spider
yeah.
about that. Okay, a slightly older one, a bit about the size of a dog. Okay, Malsanct, a husky-sized face spider, poof, appears out of nowhere.
Whoa! I mean, I
I
didn't
name
come
it
for it, but
Charlotte.
not one of those. Jesus Christ!
Sorry, kind of the first one that came to my head.
Yeah, I still have some of the other ones on my head.
Malsanct just finds like a tiny leg tucked behind his
Well,
forehead.
don't attack it. Don't attack it. Its name is Charlotte.
God's sake.
Oh my god.
It's stood there, it's unnaturally quick, like turning from left to right kind of thing.
Yeah, and I
and-
sort of command it.
Okay, you've got the ones that summon spiders. Can you make it go away now?
How do you make it go away?
You can command it if you want.
I'm sort of I was
Face
sort of
spider, you
talking
can do
over
a
sort
lot
of
with a
Malsanct.
face spider if you command it.
Yeah, but you have to maintain concentration on it, which means you're not able to.
I order it to go into the astral realm to annoy Shush. Not attack or do anything. to
No,
annoy
it would have no. It can't go. It can't pop to the astral plane. It has to go back to. It has to go from the ethereal plane to the real world.
Oh, it's the ethereal, not the
Yeah.
astral. Alright, I tell it to go where it came from. I don't know. I tell it to fuck off.
You tell it to just go away.
De-summon it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't desummon. It skitters across the plateau and then just disappears down the side of the hill. You hear skittering for a couple of moments. You hear the skittering for a couple of moments and then you don't hear it anymore.
So, Dwarves,
Wow.
as you've seen from this demonstration, we've discovered great power in artifacts from this place. There's even a library in there.
But
believe it or
did
not.
you
I could
did you find the notes?
no. They're
Get
for a
back
big
in
man.
Still looking for
Then
them.
get back in there and find them.
All right.
No offense,
Will.
but if
We
you
just wanted
went
to
in there,
display
you
to
would
you
realise
the
how
power
hard it
we
is.
have.
Right. Well, I don't see much point in that. But just go find the notes. And
Alright.
as he finishes speaking, the succubus does a little wink towards the dwarves.
Yes.
Roll initiative.
Damn it!
Hey,
Right. They find
what
out-
did your demon do?
You don't know anything. You don't know what's going on. As far as you know,
okay.
they brandish their axes. They brandish their axes and their shields and their hammers, and they start advancing on you.
Okay.
Do they have the centipedes as
Fucking brilliant.
mounts?
Sorry, the
have
centipedes.
the
Yeah, the centipedes are tied to a couple of rocks further back.
Good.
I
Alright,
need
I
to
got
give me a second. I need
11.
hold on. I'll ask for the numbers when I need them. Give me a sec. I need to find Durga. Durga. $122. Right. Oh, okay.
Alright, one meta.
on.
Okay.
Mouse act.
Yeah.
What was your initiative?
12.
Impetu.
I've
Oh
snuck
yeah,
off.
you're not here. Avalana.
Yeah.
11. Mouse act. You should probably command.
You
know,
don't know.
thingy to
Oh,
have
okay. Hold on. Shut up. You don't know what's going on just yet. All you know is that they've brandished their weapons. You have not seen the wink or anything. Your passive perception is not high enough.
Oh, okay. I was sort of saying that based on the weapons being drawn.
Well,
Not
they've
like
told you to get
what
back.
actually-
They've told you twice now to get back in. They're brandishing their weapons. Like, get back in there. Right. One of the Durgars goes to swing for you, Mouseangt. There's a natural 20 hit you, of course.
I guess it does. But before combat starts, does Cassandra have a separate initiative turn, or do I have to command her like Ed who Wave?
You would have to command her to fight or not.
Can I have her character sheet then with all her intel and stats?
Look up the stats for a succubus.
Okay. Good. Well, yes, a natural 20 does hit me.
Yes, it does. Right. One of them is going to use his war pick. He has a +4 to attack. That definitely isn't a hit. Anyway. I'm going to boost these guys for your level. One of them does 14 points of piercing damage as he brings in a war axe. This pickaxe, one side with a blade, the other side looks like a regular pick, as he drives it down into your shoulder, or drives it up towards your shoulder, because they are dwarves. There. One of the other dwarves. One of the dwarves starts to grow in size, going from a normal dwarf about 4.5 foot tall to nearly 8 foot tall. About 8 foot tall, 6 foot wide, just this giant fucking dwarf. And he goes to spear Avalana with a javelin. Has a +4 to hit. That's an 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, it's like dead on my armor class.
Dead it hits, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna die.
I need 2d6s. 3,
No.
4, 5, 6, 7, plus the 2. 9 points of piercing damage. Oh no, sorry. That needs to be doubled because he's enlarged.
What?
I'm dead.
10, 11,
I'm
12,
dead.
13.
I'm dead again.
14, 15, 16. 17 points of piercing damage.
I'm dead.
You are unconscious. Did I do your max hit points in one attack?
No.
Yeah, no.
Right,
no,
then you're
no.
right. Then you're
It's
not.
because
Then
I
you're
only
not.
had, like 12 left.
Okay, then you're not outright dead. It's fine.
Okay.
You are, however, unconscious. Next time it comes around, when it comes around to you, you're gonna have to make me a death saving throw. Impetu, roll me perception, because you probably wouldn't have got that far yet.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Thank fuck. So my perception is... I was going to say, do I see what's going on behind me? Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna roll for Succubus.
I got a
Okay,
nine,
she's next.
9
Oh,
plus,
she does have his own initiative
4,
sheet.
so
Cool.
Yes.
13.
I'm gonna say that with the enlarging and the commands from the dwarves, yes, you do suddenly start to hear combat.
Okay, well I'm going to turn around and watch, but I'm going to wait in the hedge to wait until...
There's no hedge. You can peek over the ridge of like the stone valley. Like you're on the you're like slope of the valley, top of the valley. You're like here.
Okay, I'll try and look up sort of thing to like sort of like come out and just like look. Yeah, exactly.
You're
And,
Meerkat right now. This little blue head.
I'll wait for I'll wait for Malsak to make a move.
You do see this dwarf suddenly, like a fucking whatever they're called in Power Rangers, the Zords or whatever they were called. What were they called?
The Megazord.
The monsters. Kaiju, whatever. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, like a kaiju. Suddenly grows to an immense size and just this javelin straight through Avalana, wrenching it back, blood out of the wound, which is probably taken up about from belly button to here in size, because all the gear grows as well. And when he retracts his spear, Avalana just falls to the ground.
Okay. I want to use.
You hear in your head, we can take them. Slay these minions of a tyrant. Slay them, slay them, slay them, slay them, and you feel a pump of adrenaline.
Ah, fuck it, fine. Okay, fine. I was gonna go.
Hey, I'm just saying what you feel. It's up to you what to do with the actions. No, I'm telling the audience that. I'm not trying to influence. I'm just saying this happens.
Yeah, but I mean, Carver's trying to influence.
Carver's like, yes, fight. He's in the mood for a fight. He's had 2,000 years alone in a fucking dark dungeon. He wants a fight.
I like that. I like the sound of that. I activate Carver.
You activate Carver.
Yep.
I need to make a note.
It also means you reduce health points, right? Like 5.
Your maximum HP
Okay,
is
5
reduced.
off my max. Yeah.
Your maximum HP is reduced by 5.
Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave this fight to you.
Well, you're currently unconscious.
Yeah. I'm unconsciously messaging them.
Right, Impetu, as I'm gonna say your initiative would be now, but you're gonna come into the actual fight itself on the next round of combat.
Okay.
So, does Malsanct command the succubus's actions, or is she acting on her own behalf?
You said not to charm any of your party.
That's indeed what I said.
So just command her to help us.
I did. So she's now an autonomous.
Oh, you
party
commanded to help. Oh, to
I
help.
did command.
What did you say?
do
What did you say specifically?
She wanted with her free will.
I issued 2 commands: protect your master and its possessions, and do not attack or harm in any way the party members.
Okay, that's all you've said so far. So
Yeah, that's all. The only 2 commands you issued to her,
okay.
and well, distract them.
The succubus is going to stand to the side, cross her arms, and just watch, smiling. Like throughout the entire thing, just smiling. The third Durgar is going to launch a javelin towards you, Malsanct.
Yeah.
Does a 3 doesn't hit you?
No.
Does that? He launches his javelin, and you just duck and move to the side very quickly. This spear flying straight past your head. Malsanct, it is now your turn.
I command the succubus, defend me and my party right now.
Oh, fine. She clicks, and the dwarves, it's like their minds have all just been boofed. The enlarged dwarf slowly begins to shrink back down to his normal form. And what the hell happened? That succubus fucking charm us. Fuck! God damn it! If this is some kind of trick, if this is a goddamn trick, I swear I'll kill you. Avalana, roll me a death save.
Yeah, I was gonna say something and then realised, oh yeah, shit, I'm unconscious.
You're still in initiative,
Alright.
because they think that this is you, Malsanct.
Yep.
Because they don't know what's going on.
14.
14.
That was
is enough?
my. Can I do more than just my bonus action? That was my bonus action to command her, right?
Bonus action? Yeah, bonus action to command. You can do an action as well. They are very ready to fight you though. Again.
Me, yeah. It looks like I am the one that.
Yes.
charmed them.
As far as they know, you've told this. You're commanding this succubus and telling her to charm them, attack them. Yeah.
Yeah. And Alphalana just fell down right next to me, being pierced by a large javelin. I'd like to cast Spare the Dying on her as an action.
Okay. You're at 1 hit point and you're unconscious, Avalana.
Alright, cool.
Alright, moving on to
The first Durgar steps up close to you, grabs you by the top of your chest plate, pulls you down to his eye level, and you see with a stony fierceness in his eyes. His eyes almost glowing with some form of magic. You're not sure if it's natural, innate to his kind, or if he can actually do magic. Do not disappoint. No. What would he say? Do not attack us again, and then just pushes you back onto your back.
Hold up! We were attacked by you!
What the hell do you mean? What are you talking about, Sunseeker?
I'm starting to believe these dwarves are delusional. You drew your weapons upon seeing this succubus, which is fully under my control.
At that point, Cassandra just starts giggling to herself. like that, very much like.
Seeing that the situation is pretty much underhand with those guys and that they're not necessarily in direct combat, I'd like to just, whilst I'm off kind of hidden, deactivate.
I would say that you are still hidden because they're currently focusing on what's going on in front of them. You're still off to the side, but you are currently not in cover. If you don't get back into cover immediately, then you will be spotted.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely. Then I'm going to get back into cover, deactivate Carver, and then continue to try and sneak off to find.
Damn it! All I wanted was some blood. You just hear that in your head.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keeping my. I'm gonna use my whole 55 foot of movement to go to wherever Wade is in the garden.
You do remember it being quite a few hours by centipede. You're not sure how long it's going to take to get there. You do move 55 foot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say that's probably about as fast as a centipede, surely.
I'm not going to tell you specifics, but kind of.
Because they're going to say like Ave can fly at like 60 feet per second, so that's like 5 foot less than Ave's flying speed.
Yeah,
Pretty
true.
fast,
Yeah, true.
Monks get quite a good boost when it comes to speed because they're quite.
Hold on. I'm trying to calculate. Yeah, I'd say it's roughly about the same as centipedes. Okay. Yep. You dash, not dash. You run another 55 foot. Are you stealth running or?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be. When I'm out of sight,
if I remember correctly, Wade, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're sneak running, then you only move half your movement.
No, fuck that. Then no. I'm going to be, once I'm out of sight, then I'm just going to be continually running as fast as I can.
Okay, once you're out of sight but not hearing range, let's see if any of them pick up. Nope.
Apparently giant centipedes have like a 30 foot movement speed and a 30 foot climb speed as well. So I must be like 20.
Oh you're about 25 foot plus then. Okay, cool. That's fine then. Yep, you are still within cover because none of them could roll above fucking 5.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking bolt. Run
bolt.
for
Okie dokie.
Alright. Now, Malsank, not being the dumbest of all people, pieced together what just happened and turns to Cassandra and
she's just smiling at you.
And Malsank issues this command.
Go on,
Right.
banish me. Go on.
You would like
Yes, I fucking would.
Now, this is my following command. The party's interests are your best interests. Do not do anything that may harm the party. You may charm people that are against us, but you may not charm them to move against us. The party's best interests are your best interests.
That's actually pretty good.
That is fuck.
that is insanely good. That is brilliant fucking wording.
Malsak is not a dumb character.
Give me a moment.
It's still processing it.
Right.
Oh, it's because Jordan's been trying to get her to kill us and trying to get her to go away, and now
I'm just playing the I'm just playing the character how she is.
And that was a sneaky move there, Jordan. I like it. But now I got you.
The ongoing battle between.
Also, if
DM
I just outside of that sort of thing, if it took like say 2 hours for the centipede sort of travel, I guess it'd take me like maybe
No, not
just over an hour.
not 2 hours. I never said 2 hours.
Okay.
I said quite a few hours.
Right. Okay. Then it would take me half of quite a few hours, pretty much.
Roughly about half the time, yeah. So about,
Yeah.
let's say a day.
A day.
No,
Jesus.
not a day. About 8 hours, I'd say.
Okay. So it took us 16 hours. I could do it in 8.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
Roughly, because it's not an exact half, but yeah, roughly.
Yeah. I get you.
Plus, if you do just continuously run, then you are going to gain a level of exhaustion, which means you'll have disadvantage on certain stuff.
Mhm.
Stop and rest for.
If you rest, he's going to have to rest for like 4 hours at least. It's either that or risk a level of exhaustion, which is not good. Okay. Ugh. She frowns. She just like general frowny face and just fine. Like very caddy sort of thing.
Now, Cassandra, reveal to the dwarves what you did to them.
Oh, they know as soon as this fucking spell broke.
So,
Aye, we
good?
do. Aye, for now, but have you found the goddamn notes?
We're still looking. I'm just showing
In fact,
you we
if
found
you're-
dangerous
in fact-
power in there.
Hold on. You're lying, so roll me persuasion.
Yep. 7.
I can tell when people are lying to me, and you are lying. Where are they? And he starts, like as you're on the ground, he like grabs your arm. Roll me a resist against a strength check.
So, another strength check, I guess.
Yes. Needs to be at 16.
21, unnatural.
Oh, you just stay on. You just like force his arm off, like get off me, and like you just stay on your back. It's like, show me what you've got in your pack. As one of the other dwarves goes over to Avalana and just yanks the pack off her back and starts emptying it out in the middle of the valley. Of the place you are.
I show him, like, I pat my backpack, show he's mostly vacant. Like, I motion to Ave. He was in there. That is what I was hiding from you. That was my lie.
And why were you hiding a tiny dragon in your back?
Well, he's my friend. He's my
Even
ankle,
so,
and I
there
protect him.
is something more that you're not telling me. Where is the fishman?
In there!
Call him
Looking.
out. Call him out.
Why, what means? Levels deep. I know you haven't been inside. There are corridors. There are mazes. We have been levels deep. I cannot reach him from here. I
You
have
have
to go
only
and get
been
him.
it has only been an hour. How deep could you go? Men, go shout for him. One of the Durgar goes over towards the force field, tries to lean against the force field, and nearly falls on his face. Dagon, the force field's down. They've broken its spell, and he starts running in. After about 5 minutes or so, he comes back out. He's nowhere to be found, sir.
What? You looked through that entire place. 4 rooms, a fucking library, a hidden door, and you haven't found him?
So, endless, you say?
It is quite endless. There are more hidden pathways. He went through. There's a place in the left room that only he could uncover. There was a relic missing. Did you see that little fishbowl? There was a relic in there.
I did see. The dwarf chimes up. I did see a bowl. I did see a bowl, like a glass bowl thing. There was nothing in it.
So why do you
Speaking
think
of
it came
which-
out to you? I lost my friend. I wanted to show you what we found thus far, but our friend is deeper in. So I implore
You said he was still.
all.
You said he was still in there. Now you say he's lost. Why didn't you
He
tell
is
us in the
lost
first place?
in there. He is looking for shit, but we can't follow him. I wanted to show you what we had, so I could hopefully there was maybe be enough. But since you can go in now, help us find him.
Just from the stammering, from the funny stammering, give me a persuasion roll. I'm not gonna be mean enough to give you disadvantage. Just roll me a straight persuasion check, and he's gonna roll his
16.
Doesn't beat his 19, I'm afraid. I will gladly show you the 19 I've just rolled.
No, I believe you.
God damn it. I don't believe a word you're saying. You come into our land trespassing and insult our queen. The second you let out some kind of freedom, you try and steal it from us. Where is he?
Well, you can go look.
Where are the other drunks going?
Where's Malfa?
Exactly.
My mom. That's her name. Where is she?
Where?
God, that voice is gonna kill me. It's
Go
worse
ahead
it's worse
and
than Villac.
look. I implore him to have all the dwarves move in. Like, go look for him. I don't know either.
He sends the other dwarf in. Go find him. And they go in. Right. Whilst they're searching, tell me what you found in detail.
We found a key hidden in a robe. And that key led to a door. The door opened. There was a room. That room was actually a prison, which held our lovely new friend here, Cassandra.
She just like looks down at you. She just like looks down at you. Gives you like a sneer, almost like a sort of like a slight grumbling to herself.
So, that was the major development we found in there. Freeing her was no easy task. Avalana here managed to break the spell. So, that is how far we came in the realm of an hour. Petu went off to a different room and disappeared. With an empty little cloche remaining.
Cloche? The hell's a cloche?
I don't know. It's like a thing that hides something. There's like something underneath, like a plate. You know, a plate. You put something over it.
The fishbowl thing.
Yes, Fishman went through a fishbowl thing. It's quite fitting, actually.
The fishman went through a fishbowl. Did you see this?
Well, the fishbowl was empty. I wanted to go for that room, and he was like, "There's an empty fishbowl and no fishman." It only went that way. That's all I know.
Sorry, the visualization of just Impetu going, huh, just getting sucked into this thing. Oh, that would have been way better, but no. Oh,
That's what I recall. What happened? Me and Avalana dispelled dispelled the succubus. Isn't that right, Cassandra?
Not from my recollection.
Alright.
You didn't command her to tell the truth in any sense.
Recalling the party's best interests, what happened according to you?
I've been in a bed for 2,000 years. You people came along, you mortals. You took command of me using some document, and now I'm stuck under your control, you filthy mortal.
Alright, so let me translate. We freed her from imprisonment over 2,000 years. That was hidden in that temple. No other exit found, just thus far. Maybe Impetu is finding something else out there, but we have to go back into luck. You can now too. Want to follow us?
My men will report back soon, and after about this chat. Let's say this chat took about 5 or so minutes. Another 20 minutes pass, and both dwarfs come out. One of them dragging the other along, like he's because he's unconscious. And, sir, I need some help here. You sat in a chair and got stung. Ugh. He's just pulling him along.
Sorry to point out the inconsistency, but that chair has been destroyed. Oh,
You destroyed it. You destroyed it. Yeah,
Right.
we
No,
found,
never mind.
yeah, we found the little. There's a little room through the library. If you go down there, there was a chair and a desk. It looked like something was sat on the desk, but it's gone now. From there was the dust on the table. It had like a square sort of like no dust patch, whatever you want to call it. He sat down in the chair and he got stung by these fucking spikes. Ugh, you could barely get him out of there. Alright, bring him here. And he, Dagon, helps bring this dwarf over. This dwarf is just, like, foaming from the mouth, like, he is not in a good way. He looks like he's on the brink of permadeath. And, Dagon rolls him over onto his back. Oh, this damn drow poison. I have to quickly grab this. He, from a pouch on his side, he grabs up some what look like small glowing blue mushrooms, some herbs, and a couple of what look like seeds, almost like pumpkin seeds, but bright green. It's quite bizarre. Puts them into a small bowl, mashes them up with the butt of his axe, his little hand axe. Mashes it up with the butt of his axe. Spits in it a couple of times just to get it like mushed up properly, and then just scoops it into this dwarf's mouth. The dwarf starts coughing up this black ichor substance, and like just falls back asleep. Right, he's stable, fucking drow. They're always using poisons and fucking tricks.
To be in favor of Dagon, I like to cast Healing Word on the just now stabilized dwarf.
You want to cast Healing Word? Okay, roll the healing.
6.
Okay. He's up. That many points. Okay. He starts coughing. The rest of the black ichor substance gets coughed up a little bit in his quills, but he quickly like, just grabs them and just starts doing this sort of thing, like getting the gunky stuff out. And he actually leans up, looks at you, and just, "Thank you, demon.
No,
You
problem.
didn't have to, but that was very generous of you."
Now, we
Dagon,
can't mention.
Dagon, there's so much demonic stuff down there. It's all about demons summoning, controlling everything in the small room where I fell to this stupid trap. Everything about there it seemed to be aiming towards some master plan of something I don't know. If the notes if the notes are down there, if the notes were down there, they're not anymore. I don't know if they're lying or not, but getting a hold of those notes would not be good.
All right. Seeing as may just get. Go ahead, Joel. Go ahead, Will.
Dagon gives an inquisitive look over to you, Mousanct. It's like, right, for saving the life of my man, I'll afford you some respect for that. Now, can we sit down and talk like honest men?
All right. I like to sit down next to Dagon, put a hand on his shoulder.
Okay, I would say at this point, Avlana, you do start to wake up. Like, you're groggy, but
Yeah, no, you kind of like answered my question.
yeah,
was like,
I thought it was coming. I thought it was coming, so I was gonna like yeah, like you wake up to like little like well, not little, they're quite big actually, like centipede like antennae just sort of like wiping all over your face sort of thing, like just getting the scent.
Am I still at 1 HP?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh wait, Mousanct, did you heal her? Did you heal her or not?
I healed her with Cure Wounds. If I
Then
recall correctly.
you've got how much did you heal her for again? Shit. 7 altogether. It was 7 altogether. Yeah, you have 8 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, you have 8 hit
I
points.
just know that. Alright, never mind.
That's alright. That's alright. Yeah.
And how
then,
much
well,
time would you say has passed, by the way?
I'd say about an hour or so. Like with all this conversation sort of thing, that's how much I'm guessing has gone.
Okay.
Okay, right. As you were saying, demon. Or mouse act. I should be a bit more respectful now.
Thank you, Dagon.
What did you find down there? If it's what my men is indicating towards, then it doesn't seem good.
It isn't. We found a lot of knowledge down there, which is indigestible. The amount of time we went down there, we couldn't even have gathered a little bit. If there's any notes down there, it's in the 2-story library that's in there. Bookshelves full of demonic summoning rituals, possession. It's all in there. If you have any scholars in your kingdom, I would request you hail them over here to take note of what is in there. The spell is broken. Please learn from this. It might be what your queen wants.
He looks over to the man that's like resting against one of the centipedes. What did it look like, man? What was it in? I couldn't make heads or tail of most of it. It was all mostly in infernal demon language. I don't understand it, sir. Sorry. Okay, that's alright, man. And he sort of like pats him on the shoulder, like coughs up a bit more of this black goo. Did you go into the same room that this man described?
We opened it, and well, we've only had a glimpse at the bookshelf. We went for the books, and then yeah, that was it. There was another bookshelf, but we had many more bookshelves to go upon. We opened the door. There was a hidden passage, but we hadn't got to there yet. We were still investigating the library while Impetu was gone. We didn't have enough manpower or time to read for all of it. I can read Infernal. I can translate for you. So if you get more scholars, we can write this down and find the notes that your queen wants.
He looks over to his men, stands up, and says, "Walk with me, Marsanct."
Okay.
You guys walk up.
Alana?
He says, "Not just me and you,
Okay.
if you please."
Where?
You guys
Well,
walk. You guys walk down. You guys walk down the path just slightly bit, like the way you guys came from to get here in the first place, around a small rock edge. I don't know if my men would agree, but given the fact that it's demon summoning, and from the fear I saw in my man's eyes, I've never seen fear like that, especially not from him. He's one of my bravest. If you did find any notes down there, or if you did find the notes in particular, I honestly don't believe the Queen, I don't believe Her Majesty should get her hands on them. It seems like bad magic to me.
Well,
He says this with like the honor of an old soldier, sort of thing. Or he seems very like an honorable old soldier right now. Like, you can roll insight if you want.
yeah, I do. I do want to.
Right. I'm gonna give you advantage, considering that you're both like soldierish.
Yeah. That's a 16.
A 16? He is telling the truth. He does not believe that that Queen Vixana should get a hold of these notes, and he seems willing to make some kind of deal.
All right. I lay a hand on his shoulder if he allows me, and
He does.
And I applaud him for his honesty. I thought of him a very loyal man, but now I see a more wise soldier instead.
He is.
So, but I say, this wisdom that is in that library is indeed very dangerous. And I wonder, your queen is an enigma to me. I wonder what her magical capabilities are. If she can control this, this is devastating.
She is very powerful. She is. When I feel conflicted. She brought so much to us back in the beginning. She brought farming, agriculture, mining. She gave the Durgar purpose again. She set up trade routes with some of the Drow cities. She's done so much good for her, but in the past few years she seems to have become cruel and unkind, even threatening to turn me to stones sometimes. And I have been her most loyal.
Is there any event that shifted her mood and made her more inclined to this behavior?
She found a mirror in one of the servants' quarters. She had it destroyed. She had it turned to... She smashed it to pieces, then smashed the pieces into sand, and the sand into dust. She was extremely unhappy. She turned an entire village of Smurf Nibblins to stone over this, to find out who it was. As soon as she found that mirror, everything seemed to change. She said it was a threat. She said it was a threat, a danger to her very existence, and she would not allow that.
She didn't mention what she saw in the mirror, I guess.
No.
What is your position on the treatment of the Smurf Nibblins?
What do I feel about it?
Yeah.
The Durgar and the Smurf Nibblins have always butt heads. We went many years ago, before my time. We apparently used to work together. I don't see now how we could, but if the Queen was gone, maybe an alliance could maybe be struck, but I don't know. I am merely a soldier.
Would you like the perspective of an outsider on this matter?
Please do.
Well, I can understand that you as people may butt heads, but from my perspective, the Smurf Nibblins are highly disadvantaged, and I think you should, not like you personally of course, but as a species, as a unit, you should give them more freedom.
As a people, we should work together.
Because they don't have the same capabilities as you have, at least in position in the kingdom right now.
No, they are extremely good at finding gem and ore. It's almost a sixth sense to them. The Queen has nearly made us bleed the valley dry.
Eat, and it seems exploitative. You take that for granted, their sense of finding ore. Take that ore without repaying them what they are owed. Correct?
We let them live in the. According to the Queen, we let them live in the valley in our safety, in exchange for this tithing, she calls it.
You protect them.
We protect the lands, and if they live in the land, then they get protection. Yes.
Okay. You protect them from the Queen.
How could we? She turned us all to stone.
Right.
I might be an old soldier, but I would like to live to at least my 7th decade. No, 7th century.
I can understand, but we had a party member who just befell that same fate. Not bad in soul, but mischievous in nature. So, see our predicament.
He puts his hands like on his hips and sort of like taps his fingers like he's thinking. Did you find anything in there that could be used against her?
Queen?
Yes. I know how blasphemic that sounds, but if it means stopping her at all costs, with the barrier down, she'll be able to go in and get the notes herself. And she wouldn't take my counsel. to stop. She is a force of nature sometimes.
I think she will. Maybe we should withhold the information that the barrier is down indeed.
I believe that would be wise, yes.
But as your ultimate goal, do you... What is your quarry with the Queen? Do you wish to stop the Garden of Stone expanding?
Yes, that as well. Her first statue added to that garden was the previous head of the guard, my father.
Oh.
I disagree with her method at first, but over the centuries, I ended up getting used to it. I liked the feeling of power over those lesser than myself. But since that mirror, she just became cruel, unkind, unwavering. No mercy left, it seemed.
Well,
If you found any tactical advantage in that ruin, it would be much appreciated. Impetu,
well,
as you're running, you can just about start to see the very tip of the palace. It's still a while away, but you can just about see it, like on the horizon kind of thing. Oh, horizon. In a cave, in a giant cave, a horizon, you know what I mean. Also, you muted.
I am.
Yes.
No, I get you. Yeah, I'm still just running, taking the occasional, kind of minutes worth to 5 minutes worth to breathe and stuff like that, and then running again, and,
Okay. It does take slightly longer, but it's not a huge amount of time longer. Okay. Avalana, you're sat with the two Durgar.
I'm just resting, trying to recover HP.
Okay. They've got some grubs on the fire.
Yeah.
They offer you one. Do you want one, lass?
Yes, please. I'm quite hurt and, eating
There
will help
you
me
go.
heal.
He chucks you one. It lands on your stomach. Little bit of pain from the open wound. Slightly. It's still slightly open. A little bit of pain. Oof, sorry about that.
If I eat it, will I gain health? Like in Skyrim.
Yeah. You don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I was asking you directly.
Have a munch and find
Go
out.
ahead.
Alright, I munch on this grub then. It's very tasty.
You gain 3 heat points.
Fuck.
Just for the sake of the Skyrim reference.
Alright.
That's the alright, people watching. That's the only time that's gonna happen. Don't get on me. Don't get on me. I did it for a reference. I did it for a reference. No. I did it for the reference. That's it.
Alright, fair enough. Well, during that time, I'll take a potion of healing as well.
Okay, 4D. No, I do that. It's universal in there. Just a bog standard
Yeah.
one. That's
Yes.
2D4 plus 2, correct? Or am I thinking of the other one?
Health potion to +2, yeah.
2, yeah, right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 altogether.
Alright,
Okay. Malsanct, back with you and Dagon. Did you find any tactical advantage in there? Any spells, any items we could use against her?
Well, Malsang sensing he has gained some trust with Dagon. Yeah.
I would say Cassandra is with you. She stayed silent for the most part. She does look. Give me a perception check. You notice that her facial features kind of go like she's remembered something, but then withholds it.
Okay, I glance at Cassandra and also at Ave. I'm just looking for counsel right but I'm about to reveal. Like, look at Ave. Like, how do you feel about Dagon right now?
You're asking Ave, yeah?
Yeah.
You get flashes in your mind of noble warrior, trustworthy. Like, I like this guy.
All right. I ask upon Dagon. All
Dagon.
right. Dagon. We did find a very interesting piece in that place right there. But
What
before I
did you
reveal it
find?
to you, yeah, I will say. Before I reveal it to you, this might be the place where you switch sides and choose our side here. Do you trust me as a person?
As a fellow soldier, yes.
Alright. This is heavy tactical information. We found a mirror in there.
His eyes go wider than you ever seen. His like eyes almost like glow with like, yes, this could be the thing, sort of thing. That's what you get from this expression.
A very ornate, magically lit mirror.
That is amazing news. We might be able to turn her power against her. And that's where we're going to leave it for today.
Alright.
I am so sorry, Wade, that you were here for pretty much nothing. I am so sorry. I honestly thought we would have got past this by now, but
It's fine, don't worry.
I am so sorry.
It's fine, don't worry. It's chill.
I mean,
At
on
least
the
you got
flip
the
side, I'm making my way
context.
back.
Making your way downtown to the Garden of Stone. Okay, after recording tidbits, notes, and stuff like that, what did you guys think? What could I improve on? Obviously, you guys know I didn't have much time to even plan this session because of fucking work, but literally 90% of that I had to pull out my ass. The 10% is only stuff I remembered from last time.
Oh my god. Man, that was a lot of Mouse dialogue this episode.
That was actually.
Yeah.
That was a very
I'm
dialogue
still
heavy episode.
pissed I didn't. Still pissed about the succubus. That was my thing. That was my game dream.
You, honestly, you didn't get to it quick enough. If you had picked up the book immediately instead of going and sitting in the chair,
Yeah.
then you could have had control.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
And I honestly think that would have been funnier because you wouldn't have thought your sentences through.
Oh me? No, I would have said fucking anything. I would have
Anything
seen
to get in
how
her
deep
pants.
down. I would have seen
like to
how
think it
deep
was very
down,
tactical
how
with
deep
it.
down the rabbit
You
hole
were.
I could go before I would have had to be like physically stopped by it.
Yeah. Now I feel like the last command they issued was very wise for party well-being.
I would have done stuff like that.
I'm still trying to think of loopholes.
Go ahead. I'm sure there are
Is it-
some, but it is a hard
There's
one
probably
to reach.
some, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that was bloody good in my eyes, considering I had to pull 90% of that out of my ass.
Yeah, well, I noticed
sorry.
what you were doing, and at some point I was like, oh, wait. The succubus is, like, abusing my commands, but still acting out of it. I was like,
Yes.
aha! Malsank figured it out, which is me. I'm also intelligent, and so is Malsank, so I can lay it upon him. We're both intelligent.
Right, what could I improve on this? Obviously, I know that like everyone didn't get a chance to do as much as I would like them to do. Especially you, Wade. I am actually genuinely so fucking sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry. It's chill.
Yeah, I did suck. That I would have hoped to get the shush back into this.
Yeah, same. I was hoping Shush would get back into this sooner
Shit,
rather than
and it
later.
looks like she's just gonna get a surprise with the succubus who's joined the party.
Yes, and we still need to find Sam and Dermot. We forgot about like an entire episode like last week.
Yeah, so honestly, so did I.
Our party is slowly growing.
Oh,
just from,
by
like,
the way,
4 people.
By the way, for the fans, canonically, Gurley kept them to one side. Like when she heard the Durgar, I was like, no, hide, and she has taken them back to her village to go see some people there, and they're doing their own little thing in the background.
They're having their own side adventure.
Oh?
I will catch you guys later.
Yes, you said you needed to disappear at 9, didn't you?
Right.
See you, Wade.
See you in a bit, my titties.
Right, I will see you later, Wade. I'm again so sorry for keeping you here when you didn't need to be here. Oh, I feel like an ass. It's alright. Right. Yeah, what could I improve on during this episode?
I don't know. No, I think it's pretty good actually.
Callum, you're muted, by the way.
I know, I'm yawning all the time.
Tired, fair enough.
What was that? Sorry, yeah, no, I don't really know. No, I thought it was good.
It was like a lot of plot development this episode regarding like how the position of like the dwarves, especially Dagon, is against the queen. What exactly the place where infiltrating was.
He's
like,
at the moment. I will tell you, he is very much on the fence about joining you guys and like going against the queen, or staying with the queen and going against you guys. He's on the fence, but you say the right thing next time, then he could go onto your side.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that the succubus, of course, what I would assume is she made the illusion that we attacked them.
No, she simply charmed them into.
Charmed them into attacking us.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go now.
And then right, we will see you later then. Will.
You will.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll see if anyone's about tomorrow after I finish college and all that. So.
Fair enough,
Good
dude.
luck.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye bye.
What could I have definitely done better? I know the whole like, oh, don't speak too meta-y sort of thing. Like that's just to try and help RP.
No,
RP skills. That's not me telling you what to do. God no, wouldn't do that.
No, exactly. If only that's a good thing. Like that is that I think that helps the overall narrative.
Yeah.
More. To just say, okay,
Yeah,
don't have
me...
so many like mechanical discussions. More like narrative.
like more. Yeah, try and make it a little bit more narrative and less mechanical in nature. I know that I know, like this is not me getting at you, Callum, by the way, at all. Like, please don't think of that.
No, go on.
It's like the way you phrased it is like, oh, your use your perception sort of things. Like rather a better thing. Like in my mind could have been like, oh, Mazda, you're very perceptive, aren't you? Like maybe you have a look around, see what you can find, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would
that would have been more.
Sentence. Yeah, that would have been more RP in nature.
I mean, I'm going to say it's one of those situations where it's agreed to disagree, because I personally would have phrased it that way anyway. So I guess it's one of those situations where everybody say things differently. But
that's fair. That's fair enough.
I mean, if the intentions was there, that's good. I mean,
it wasn't with the intent of using the word percent. It was literally, in a situation where I'd ask somebody to look for something and I was doing it in this fantasy sort of setting, I wouldn't just say, hey, maybe you can look for this, because that almost seems a little bit leading as well, in a sense,
True.
I think.
But it's more in that realm, if you get what I mean.
I get what you mean, but I mean, yeah. I mean, again, agree to get.
Plus, Impetu is very, not headstrong. What's the word I'm looking for? He's more robotic than Merry. Let's just say that much. he's very much direct route. This sort of thing. So I must admit, it does kind of fit with your character, that almost robotic speech, if I want to call it that. I think that's the wrong word to use, but do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's definitely not simple in the way that he speaks.
Oh God, no! He's not simple in the way he speaks at all. He's relatively intelligent actually. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he is very much to the point, sort of thing. Like, no real time for time wasting. Anyway, that is going to do it for our session. I'm going to edit this tomorrow because I'm fucking knackered.
Oh, I can get that. It's late too.
Oh,
Go get some
right.
sleep, Jordan. You deserve it.
I will be, believe me. Anyway, I will see you guys next time.
Yo.
Laters!
Bye.
I've clicked end record and record.